Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
We are back
Hello again.
for real this time.
Yes.
This
Hi.
is Dark Waters. I am your dungeon master, Time Fighter. With me, as always, are our lovely players and a special guest. So, without further ado, we will start with Hector.
Hello, my name is Hector, aka Okami, all over the internet. I will be playing everybody's favorite party paladin, Yabisi. And I will pass it over to Mike.
That's me. Hey, I am Mike, otherwise known as Run Like Craig on Blue Sky. That's the thing, and Run Like Craig 1979 on Instagram. Yeah, I do stuff. I'm not here anymore. What's going on? New character. Who dis? You can find out about them later. No spoilers.
Well, it's just on the overlay.
I should have kept it hidden off the overlay.
Oh, you didn't hide it? No.
No, fuck me, dude. I'm such an idiot.
This guy.
We're fine. We're professionals. It's okay.
It was already on the screen last time in the roll thing. It's fine.
Exactly. We'll be
Yeah,
passing
it's
on
So
to
true.
Rice.
I did last time literally point out to people, look at chat.
Fair. But we pass it to Rice there. We keep this going before we die.
Oh, hi. I'm Bryce. Ricecakes. Dish pronouns. I'm playing Sprout, who's a tiny little leshy who knows that when person goes owie, he goes heal spell. And that's it. That's all he knows. He doesn't know more than that, unfortunately.
That's all you need.
That's all he needs to know.
Definitely nothing else brewing within their mind. And
we don't talk about what Hazelnut could potentially be, or I don't know, maybe the fact that Sprout has a little bit of problems. It's okay. It's fine.
It's all right. It's absolutely fine. Cease, we'll go with you next.
Oh, fuck, that's me. Hi, my name's Astis. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me at Lesbianing on everywhere on the internet. And I will be playing the Eladrin Warlock Estrogen, who is just so completely fine and normal and can definitely be trusted with large sums of money.
Exactly. Next up we have Anna.
I Anna, or Riley, whichever you prefer. I use it in pronouns, and I'm kind of Anna, who is a half-orc warlock who uses they, she pronouns, and who is perfectly fine. Nothing happened.
You don't
Yeah.
steal my intro.
The problem is
mean?
everyone
It's
here
just
is in denial to a certain level.
Yeah. Well, they're not in
Yeah.
denial. I'm just making.
I am
yes,
aware.
yes.
Next up we have special guest Box.
Hi, I've actually been thinking about an intro for a while, and I still don't got one. I'm Box. I am also called Myrna, because that's my name. She, her pronouns. I'm a guest. I'm playing Mariloon, who is a sea elf.
Hell yeah. We shall learn more about her soon enough. Then, of course, last but not least, our host with the most something, it is Steve.
Hello, hi. I'm Steve, also known as Sassy Pants. I run Pantsless tables and other things. I am playing Sapphire Stonewall, who is a silver dragon born. The born is very important. That's the identity, the crux of the core thing. They are not a dragon; they are a dragon born.
They were born. They were born.
Big
yeah.
Elder Scrolls fan. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just chill, fun vibes. I think, was I the first person to triple class? I think I was. Maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm a sorcerer, a paladin, a sorcerer, a warlock, and a paladin, which is Sorwopal. I don't know. Figure it out.
Or Lordin.
Yeah.
No,
Okay. Solid.
it's a Sorpalilok.
So Pallock,
Okay. Yeah,
Pallocker.
I am Sorpari locked. If you've seen Sherlock, that will make
Anyway, as you can see, we haven't played in a while. We have a lot of some kind of an energy on this call today, which we will work with.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But before we get into anything, last we had left our adventurers, they were in the city of Bulgard, exploring around, learning about some happenings that are brewing off into the future regarding a summit with a lot of important dignitaries, including a prince from the kingdom of Ibrikal and the Asama, and the Lieutenant Go, your ally at this point, which you have gathered via Sapphire's recollections, has asked you to attend it as well to help procure some aid from Ibrikal into the war effort, as well as perhaps help them help themselves. And during this short stay, it was still quite eventful. You saw there was a new addition to your party in the name of William Breckenridge, who seems to have more connection to your party than you thought, in way of Tristan Breckenridge, his son, that he was not aware of. And while they are dealing with their issues at the same time, Sapphire encountered a lovely nobleman by the name of Edward Castor, who said and did a few things which rubbed Sapphire the wrong way, to which they ended up making a wager in an arena where Sapphire had to fight the champion elected by Castor, who was none other than Barabbas Bonebite, a hero of the Onrush, a survivor of the Onrush, and Sapphire was promptly defeated. At which point,
Hey, not promptly. I survived 3 rounds. Okay? That's something. That's not promptly.
within 18 seconds, Sapphire was defeated.
Fucker.
At which point, the noble caster interrupted a little conversation Sapphire was trying to have with Barabbas to learn about his inclinations and why he's doing what he's doing. But before that could happen, Castor interrupts and asks for his debt to be settled, which is being settled in way of Sapphire and her entire party assisting him in a little expedition to procure something worthy of tribute to give to this prince. To curry favor, most likely, but beyond that, unsure where of what this would be. All you know is to report to your ship in the morning, and he will be there prepared himself. After which, there was another small event transpiring between Divana and a departure from one Jasper Skylark, who chose a solitary and dangerous path for himself, but to his understanding, perhaps safer for those around him. And with a sorrowful farewell of a note being left behind, Jasper left off into the night. And as he had left, the evening came to a close. The news was heard and shared between the rest of the crew, I am sure. The evening itself came to a close. Anyone who needs to can mark a long rest as we hop into the new day.
It's a new day.
Where
Yes, it is.
it is true. And you are all, up early in the morning. You start making your way to the docks, I would imagine, in Fort Bismarck. All of your NPCs, your companions, crewmates, everyone's gathered up. It's a bit of a quieter start to the day, given all of the news and what awaits you right now in front of you. But you start making your way into Fort Bismarck as you're getting up to the docks. Firstly, you ask for a requisition for a musket, which is not too hard to do. You're able to get it. You have basically like a flintlock rifle of sorts, which is also standard issue for most naval soldiers. As far as stats are concerned, it's just like a base rifle. So it has the ranges that are there for the rifle. The damage it does is 1d10 plus dexterity if you have the proficiencies. It's all piercing damage, and it has the loading property, so you have to spend some time loading it after you take a shot. You grab onto the guard. You see Will is kind of helping Dagon and Eglith kind of load up more rations and materials onto the ship to like prep for the journey. While that is happening, you see firstly Gore comes out of like his little manor inside of the fort, looks at all of you like, hello, I hear you're all on a little adventure of yourselves. And he kind of like looks around at all of you, looks over at Sapphire. Yeah.
Yeah. This caster motherfucker jibbated me into a thing. You were there. I cannot. This fucking guy, okay? I don't understand how people like this are given positions of. You know what? I actually completely understand, but that is not the point. What the fuck kind of bull ass shit? Absolute fucking. And he just goes on a full on rant about these nobles who don't care about the people, and that is the whole point of nobility. You're supposed to care about the people, and what is the and then he just stops and looks at Edgar. Anyway, how was your day?
At Edgar?
No, at Gore, right? Gore was there.
Oh, at Gore. I thought you said Edgar.
At Edgar the Butcher, Edgar the Butcher. We all know this.
But no, you see, he just like looks at your spies like, well, the circumstances may not be ideal, but look on the bright side of things. For all you know, you get to experience a place you have not experienced yet. Perhaps you can even gain things that may assist you in your endeavors to come.
Sure.
I just hope you're back here in time for the summit, I will say. It's going to be... Well, it will be in 5 days. I'm sure you won't be going that far and out.
True, yeah. We don't really know exactly where we're going because the fucker refuses to tell us. But I kind of feel like there is some weird shit happening. Can you... do you know about this caster guy? I'm assuming you do, right? Is there any information you could share with us that would, I don't know, help us understand his vibes?
You see, kind of like things were saying, well, I personally have not interacted too much with him, or most of the nobility in Ibrikal, really, but from what I understand, he is a quite well-renowned lawyer within his own ranks, and he's made quite a name for himself within the courts of Ibrikal, and has begun to branch out, as it were, and well, beyond that, he's not from a old noble family, really. It's more of a newer house. That much I am aware of. Beyond that, I am sure you know as well, he is on quite the aggressive path to get any favor he can with the prince that is visiting at the moment. I'm certain to further his own endeavors back in his homeland.
Just everything about him just sounds slimy, disgusting, horrible. I hate it. Anyway, have you given any thought to my request to increase security at the event? I am pretty sure something is going to go down. I don't know what. I just have a really weird feeling in my bones.
I did mean to ask you, is there any reasoning behind this, by any chance? Any evidence you have to support it?
Here's the thing, Gaur. I have been traveling with these people for about 6 months now, and wherever we go, shit happens. Whether we cause it or not is different, but shit happens, right? There was a fucking temple that exploded that let out these abyssal fucks in the first place. There was a demon that showed up in our home. There was that fucking green dragon who was poisoned in the previous place we were in. There was the cult that kidnapped Devana, right? Like, do I need to go on, right? Any of those things could be responsible for whatever this is. But like my concern is that I believe that because it's a summit to find a solution to the abyssal problem, the abyssal hordes will not want this summit to successfully take place, right? Whether they know about it or not.
That's true.
Yeah.
What concerns me is if they actually have a way of knowing about it would mean dire things for our infrastructure and security, really.
True, but like,
yes,
you know,
I understand your concerns. And you believe that this threat is something that, even with my presence, it would not curb the lack of security, you think?
I think that you should keep your presence to yourself unless absolutely necessary. So if we do, so I'm not considering you as a security presence for this because I don't want you to reveal who you are. So from that perspective,
yeah,
I think it's a problem.
You see, very like softly, like just touches your shoulder to the side, and he just says, "Your concern is indeed appreciated, old friend. There will be emissaries and dignitaries coming from all sorts of different lands, and to which end, of course, they will all be coming with their own private retinues, providing security, and on top of that, of course, the Empire will be providing its own. But since you do say this, I will increase a layer of security by hiring a few abjurationists from Zealous. Perhaps a few barriers and wards would go a long way in this case, would they not?"
Yeah, that's fair. Also, there was a thing above the table. Did we agree that we are going to help out at the summit, or are we still deciding?
You did agree.
Okay. Yeah, I just wasn't 100% sure on that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I just do you have like we won't need them on the journey, I hope, but I was hoping that when we come back, if we come back, we could have like, I don't know, badges or like, tokens that show.
Oh, it's quite interesting you say this, actually. There are things that I am planning to unveil at this little summit of ours anyway. I'll leave them as a fun little surprise for you as well.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Do you have any advice for us? I don't know where we're going, but any advice for us, or like anything that could help us? Any magic, any cool things that you would? Yeah.
That was why I was actually coming here. It is very much in my own best interest to make sure you are all safe and sound, and that is where you remain. To which end, I have a little addition to your resources that I would like to introduce. And kind of like turns to the side, and Mike, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so stepping forward in a long hooded cloak, robe, almost robe is probably more appropriate, of reds and blacks, is a 6'7", I think I said, warforged gentleman, possibly, who kind of looks at the group, surveys them. There's some salutations. I'm Jenda, but you can call me Jen.
Pleasure to meet you, Jen.
I'm sorry, your name's Jenda?
Jenda.
That's such a unique name. Nice to meet you, Estrogen.
Pleasure,
and
all mine. I'm looking forward to working with you all.
I think that at this point, Sprout is gonna kind of step forward and kind of look at. I think first Sprout will look at Yabisi and kind of be like, a non-human, a non-flesh
Yeah, I was gonna
thing.
say.
It's not fleshy.
I mean,
Have we seen the Warforged before? That's
do
what
we
I'm
know
Yeah,
that?
true, but
I would say everyone here knows what a Warforged is.
I think I wouldn't know actually. I wouldn't force what it is. Honestly.
Like, not
Would-
like water Warforged, more like you might have seen one when you went through Zealous, for example. Like, but they are rare, very, very rare, and almost all of them seem to be, mix and matched with different kinds of parts from different places. Like, none of them seem like they're just like factory ready made or anything. Like, they all seem like kind of fucked up in different ways, and they're a rare sight to say the least. And
yeah, but it would be
Gen-
like
General-
made out of.
So you're saying it's like
metal,
the
right?
yeah, metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's like
yeah,
the
so
seminal
it would be
2005 animated movie robots.
Don't forget it's. Hey, go.
Okay.
Proud.
Yeah.
It's rude to point. It's why I do it when I'm angry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, I'm Sprout.
Jen will kind of walk up to Sprout, kind of towering over them, lean down and go, "How wonderful! We're like two halves of the same coin."
Oh, I mean that is certainly a way of looking at it. Oh, I apologize. I haven't said my name. I'm Yabisi.
Yabisi, pleasure to meet you. Yes, your little friend here, Sprout, was it? And
Yes.
he'll
Yes,
hold out
they're a
program.
Leshy.
Yes, I mean they pointed out that neither of us are made of flesh, and that is correct. And while we are at different ends of the non-flesh spectrum, it does there's an affinity.
You see,
I didn't
Douglas.
understand half the words, but I like it.
You see,
I will
Agnes
lean
walks
down.
up to you, Jen, and he kind of just like looks you, like kind of sizes you up, like very close to you, and goes, "That's some fancy armor you got there."
I'd probably recommend you don't try removing it.
Oh, I don't need armor. I don't need to take your armor. And you see, he kind of like just taps his shoulders. This is all the armor I need.
Nicholas, it's their skin.
It's their words.
They just said like there's Sprout said they're not made of flesh, and so Jenda said
Lilbrain's a tree.
yeah, and neither is Jenda because something about being
Jen isn't a tree.
yeah, but there's
Oh,
something
no.
about gender is a spectrum.
He's made of the shiny rocks, you know, like the thing you make armor out of.
Oh. In that case, I'm so sorry. I think I've killed a lot of your relatives before.
Oh no.
No, that's quite all right. I may be made of metal, but that is not all I am. Just as you are not only flesh, right?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Egglet, if I shoot a tentacle at you and you stab it, you're not killing my relative, even though it's made of flesh.
Oh no, I just thought that's like one of your wiggly arms, and if I stab it, I'm stabbing you.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna try to
General-
just like shoot like a wad of flesh at the wall and just be like, that's not me anymore.
10 sailors fall down screaming, looking at that. You are at the docks.
Jen is going to turn to Gore.
Don't
and
estrogen. Don't do that in public.
I just thought it might be better to embrace that this is who I am, and I have just
No, and
lots of
that's
seething
great.
flesh and tentacles and eyes
Oh, you
like
wanna
coming out of my
That's great,
body.
But those poor sailors, like.
You
I
see, they see
also
you're like
know
around gore, they just like
that-
normalize and start walking quickly.
I also know that you don't like upsetting people.
No, you're right. And you see like 3 different eyes on her body just like blink out of existence.
I don't like the
Jen-
eyes. It feels like they can see through me, and I'm not transparent. Right? That's what that word meant, right?
Yeah, it's great. That's an excellent piece
And-
of that word, actually.
When you say the eye, you feel like the eyes can see through you, Estrogen, you just hear a.
What's the joke?
Is above
It
table
is
question
entertaining. Yeah.
is Box's character there too?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
One introduction at a time.
So Jen is going to turn to Gore.
Yeah.
And just go. I know there are gaps in my memory, but were heroes always like this?
You see, Go kind of like laughs and just looks at you. Well, at least in my experience, they all have their own uniqueness to them.
Also, I would like to make it very
Okay.
clear, I am not a hero.
I'll take your word for it.
You are what?
I am not a hero. I'm just a person doing things. They might be heroic sometimes, but I am no hero. Yes. Yeah. Anyway.
Aren't heroes in like books?
Well, yeah, but they were real. Yeah, it's a whole thing. But yes, they are in books, but they also exist in real life. Because
Sapphire, when you say that, yeah, like heroes are in books, but sometimes they're real. You just clock out of the corner of your eye, like Tristan giving like a very like sad look towards like Will's back as he keeps walking to the ship.
oh no. Oh fuck. Okay. I'm gonna quickly first walk up to Jen. Hi, hello. I am Sapphire. Then I look towards Devana, and then I with Jasper gone, I'm the new captain. But don't tell anybody that. They just haven't agreed yet.
As you're whispering this, walking past you see this fallen asthma walks up and comes to shake your hand as he goes, Captain Dagon Huxley, pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Fucking hell.
Jen will shake the hand and go, Dagon Huxley.
Oh, yeah.
Can I make a
Yes.
history check to see if I know the name, Sam?
Sure.
Oh no.
At 23.
The name seems vaguely familiar. You remember hearing that name probably
Yeah, I don't
before
expect you
you
to
went on
place it,
standby.
but- Yeah.
Try Sheldon Flash.
Like just like check the directory again for Sheldon. he did say it, but yeah.
Curious. That's an old name.
Well, I'm not exactly a young man.
Then your looks belie your years, sir. Pleasure to meet you.
Helpful and a flatterer, aren't you? Kind of like just pats you on the shoulder. Sure, we'll get along just fine. And like turns around, so I head into the ship. Eventually, as you're all like kind of, you're all like introducing yourself and like kind of gathering up on like the top deck of the ship. You hear like, yeah.
I am just to as like a little bit of in character bookkeeping. UBC's gonna be like, and this is red, and this is that, and like he's just going to like politely facilitate introductions of everyone else on the crew. So there's no surprises regarding any of the NPCs for Gendar. And UBC will keep it sweet, but brief.
Yeah, for sure. Like
Jen
you
feels
get
the
into
urge
it.
to tip you, but doesn't know if it's the done thing.
At which point you all hear like a very like loud, like almost like laborious sound of like many people like moving something heavy, like metallic, and dragging it. And you look over like towards the docks of the ship. There is this big contraption, like this big metallic, like almost like cylindrical but spherical contraption with a few like bits of glass on it, and it's being like pushed along towards your ship. And as that's happening, you just hear a very Sapphire, you hear a very familiar, oh well, this was quite the walk, but at least it's clean enough here. Right, gentlemen, it would be right up there. That's about there. That vessel would be sufficient. And you see Edward Castor wearing like very like fine clothes and everything, accompanied at his side with a Barabbas, and at his other side by a sea elf individual. Box, would you like to introduce yourself?
Mariloon is 5'8". She's got blue skin. She has dark blue eyes. She's not wearing a whole lot of clothes, and they're all very colorful. Those that are there. She's got a harness on her. She's prepared basically to be in and out of the water constantly, since she's the one that can swim the fastest and can swim the best. And also she can breathe underwater, so she's normally in the water. She has freckles up and down her shoulders and arms because she's been out in the sun pretty much every day of her life. And she carries, what was it, a hand axe and a light hammer on her back at all times, but it's very clear that while they're designed as weapons, she just uses them as tools because they don't have a lot of wear on them. And she just kind of looks around at everybody in the ship and just kind of takes stock of where all of the important bits
Yeah.
are.
As you're kind of like taking stock, you see Castor kind of walks ahead of you a little, like you're kind of like in tow with like Barabbas next to you, and you see Castor looks at you, Sapphire, like kind of walks up to you and just goes, right, well, of course you are the ones who will be aiding me in this expedition. I've decided it would be prudent to perhaps bring along some better help, just in case. This here, I'm sure you remember, is Barabbas. Gave you quite the showing just yesterday, and this one here is another close aid employee of mine. You can call her Mariloon. Now, they will both be needing onboarding rooms and whatnot, which, of course, you will be providing. And you see, Barabbas also has like a second like bag on him, which seems to be like Castor's belongings he's carrying. And you see, he just like signals to the people there and goes, as for that, that will be needed in the endeavor we are undertaking, and I figured your vessel would not be properly equipped for such a thing. And you see, they kind of like set it up like near like the prow of the ship. Now, anyone who wants to can make me a flat intelligence check. Looking at this,
Okay.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Me too.
It was bad. Mine was like a 9.
I got a
I don't
18.
expect it to be good.
Me too. 18 as well.
Yeah.
23.
all right.
Ooh,
So-
23.
Intelligence is my jam.
Sprout and
Oh,
Yabisi
okay, I
probably
got
saw it on the same like vessel they had used perhaps together in the past. Jen,
Yeah,
you
BC had to
know
pause and
what
tell
this
Sprout what
is.
the fuck it is.
Jen, you would know that this is a arcanely enchanted diving bell, and it is quite large as it's being outfitted onto your ship. It seems to be able to hold a very decent amount of people. Like, you see, it can easily hold like 10 people,
Whoa.
and like it'll be like a, a very like tight like situation there, but it seems at least these people are like quite like experienced at this. They're like setting up the chains, hooking it up to like the front of the ship and everything, and you see them walking up to Red and asking questions about them being the arcanist for the engine and stuff, and asking if they could help hook it up to this setup. And like she's looks around at what's happening. She's like, yeah, fine, whatever, and like assists them. And Caster continues. Right. Well, which one of you is, in charge of navigation and whatnot?
I just ignore him and I look at Marilyn and I'm like,
What's
hi.
it?
I got
No, I'm just.
I
looking
know
for I have the list somewhere of who everyone. What
I know I'm only on the bird's nest and food. That's it. So I'm.
Yeah, I know that I was the
Navigator's Tristan,
lookout,
guys.
but I'm
Yeah, I
all.
was gonna
But
say
now
Navigator.
I'm the
I literally
carpenter.
just got through it. Navigator is Tristan. I have to scroll up so much.
Oh, that would be Tristan, and I.
Yeah. You basically see like whisper something to Barabbas. Barabbas goes over to Tristan, starts giving him like directions or heading, stuff like that, so he can start charting a course. Sapphire, you go up to Merloon, you said. What do you do?
I'm just completely ignore Caster and go up to Marilyn and just be like, hi, hello, welcome to the ship. Do we have a name for the ship? We don't, right? Or do we?
I hope you
This
do.
is Sapphire in real time turning around to the others while talking to Marilyn. We're like,
You
wait,
have
does
not
the ship
named
have a
your
name?
vessel.
Do we have a name? Oh, never mind. Hi, welcome to the ship. We are the heirs of. We call ourselves the heirs of Trenzi. No, what? Descender. Fuck.
That's not
God,
The
it's been
heirs
so
of
long since we
Descender.
played. Yeah, but
I don't mind being the heirs of Trincy.
yeah, I know, right?
No, the heirs of Tristender.
Yeah, we sure you might be working with Caster, but I'm not going to hold that against you. So
I hope not. He's just my employer.
yeah, no, exactly. He's a bit of a shitter too. Anyway, but that's not the point. How's it going? Anything we can help to facilitate? You look like you know your way around the water, so that would be easier. But like, if you need anything, we're all here to help. We're usually pretty chill with new people, but
Yeah, we
not
just
right
met
after.
another new person today.
Yeah.
Oh my god, in
I'm meeting a
French!
bunch of new people.
Yeah.
I
Anyway.
give a wave to Jen. I would like to see like who you got on the crew, all the positions everybody's in, all that usual stuff. Any lingo that you use, so I can update mine.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then I do the same thing that UBC was doing.
Bingo.
This is this one. This is this one. This is that.
Yeah.
And I did
Yeah.
that. So yeah, there's yeah. So what is your skill set like? Are you more of like the navigation? Is it more fighting? Is it more magic? What can we expect?
Oh, I'm a sailor by trade. Navigation. I could do maps. I could, steer the boat, all that sort of stuff.
Hell yeah.
In and out of the water. I've
Okay, yeah, that's
been on
pretty
a
cool.
boat basically my entire life, so.
I believe Merloon's the only person here who has actual water vehicle proficiency.
Who needs it?
No, Jen does.
Look at this
Jen does.
Let's go.
Oh, Jen does?
Oh my god. What proficiency
So,
can Sprout have?
But yeah, you are Jen and Marin, both of you are given like quarters here. You see, Castle looks around. Right, well, let's figure out how this is gonna work. And you see, he walks down, and he very nose up to walks down the hall, straight up to the captain quarters, aka Jasper's room, opens it, goes in, closes the door behind him.
Motherfucker.
Oh, I'm gonna kill
How
him.
dare.
Fucker.
I walk over and knock on the
Oh
door.
god. Oh no.
You go to knock on
Sprout
the
is
door.
going
you
to
just
turn
hear-
around and cover his ears.
you just
Yeah,
hear
the
from
moment
the other
Astrid
side of the
sees your
door.
BC walk, she's just like, okay, Sprout, we're gonna go like to the other end of the ship and do
Yeah.
something
I
else.
think I
What are we
think
gonna
Ivana's going
do?
after your BC too.
Yeah.
just
You
there.
knock, you just hear from the other end. I am acclimating myself at the moment. I'll be out in a moment as well.
These are
Not
not
worth it.
your quarters.
Your BC, it's not worth it. Let's go.
This
At the moment, they
oh god.
certainly are in this
This is
vessel.
Dagon's room.
No, this is
No,
Jasper's.
Jasper's.
Dagon is the
Even
captain
worse.
now, which means no one else is getting this room except for Dagon. Until
This is
Jasper
the
comes back.
only chambers that are well worth my time, even. I will be keeping these as long as this expedition is underway. As per the contract, you are all obligated to work under me at the moment, so... And all of this is over a closed door, and he's just like... As I said, I will be getting a change of clothes and getting some fresh air. And then I'll be back outside eventually.
I'm gonna walk up and tap EVC on the shoulder and just be like, look, it's
I give Sapphire a look.
I'm sorry. I should have I don't know. This is stupid. I shouldn't have let him debate me like that. It's bullshit. But on the bright side, once this expedition is over, you and I can kill him.
I don't want to kill him.
Oh,
I want him
I
not
do.
in
Near the
Dagon's
door.
room.
And it was sort of like between let's not do this near the door. Let's just
I
try and
like-
get me more.
I walk
did I hear that?
away from the door.
Yeah, you walk away from the door. As you mentioned the kill him thing, you just see across the hall a smile flash across Dagon's face as he just notes that and he goes up top deck.
Oh, oh! When I said that it's his room that or the killing thing.
It's his room, followed by Sapphire saying, "Oh no, let's kill him after this." Dagon's like, "Yeah," and he just
Oh,
walks
no.
up.
Yabisi actually starts moving a little faster to catch up with Dagon.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
He's like, Dagon, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's all right. It's not like I settled in yet. I mean, that was all Jasper's
wait.
room until now.
But Jasper would have wanted you to have the room. I want you to have the room. We want you to have the room. You're our captain. Sapphire, practical jokes aside.
You see, he just looks at you and he goes, "Well, the sentiment
And
is."
there's this earnestness. Like,
Yeah.
Yabisi means this. He isn't pulling
And
anyone's
you
leg.
see, he kind of just nods and he just goes, "Oh, I assure you, the sentiment is very much appreciated. But now that he's been in the room anyway after this expedition, we're gonna need to fully cleanse that place of his fucking gunk, and then we can have a room, as it were. Besides, I already have a room I much prefer staying in at the moment."
Oh.
And he kind of just flashes you
Well.
smile and gives you a wink.
Okay, I get it. I'll drop it. However, Sapphire,
Hmm.
couldn't we just ask Sebastian to kick him out?
I
Keep him out
you know what?
indefinitely?
Yes, I agree. But unfortunately, I do not know the extent of this, and I show him the thing on my hand.
You see
deal
this
that
divine brand on.
Yeah, I don't know the extent of that, and it kind of means that we are working for him. So it means in the way that I know, like for me, in my experience, if you work for someone, that means you listen to them and you do what they ask, right? So
Can I make a
don't know.
religion or arcana check looking at that thing?
What are you trying to like ascertain?
I'm trying to figure out what it is. I don't know if like
Religion.
UBC's ever seen anything like that.
You probably wouldn't have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a religion. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Natural 20.
Amazing. So
Then you can
this is a very common practice in Ibrakal. This is kind of how you kind of show you're serious about something by signing something in Selima's name. And as far as this particular contract is stipulated, it is quite literally that Sapphire in particular is tasked with bringing on a, like basically anyone they deem fit with them to assist Caster in one expedition of his choosing. 90% of the valuables will belong to Caster by the end of this. Anything gained on the expedition, 10% of the allotment will be given as compensation to the adventuring party. If any harm befalls the employer of this contract, or if any harm is claimed by employer of this contract that is of mortal or significant degree, then the contract will be nullified. In event the contract is nullified, the penalized party will, well, basically the breaching party will be penalized. And in this case, the penalty on the nat 20, you can tell is straight up like, depending on extent of harm, the same harm can be applied to the person who breached it. And
wait. I want to. I'm not seeing this, but I want to clarify. Did it say that he can claim harm just willy nilly? He can just say, "Oh, I was caused emotional distress," and he can claim that.
No. He can't just be like, "Oh, I'm feeling bad." It has to be something that bodily harms him or like significantly harms him in any standing as an employer. And during this expedition, you have to follow his instructions. You have to do what he says, all of that stuff. And yeah.
So if I call him a shithead, that's okay.
You can call him a shithead. He might just be more of a shithead to you in response, which can make things harder because you have to follow his orders. But yeah. But essentially, if anything happens to Caster, something bad may happen to you. And also, because of the nature of these divine pacts in Ibrakal, you know, any pact that is breached under Selima's name is recorded by Selima's church. Therefore, you will be branded a oathbreaker or criminal within the confines of Ibrakal.
Fucking hell.
He's a lawyer. He thought this shit through.
Is there any way we can claim breach of contract? Is that in the rules?
Not in the one he signed.
Of course, fucking motherfucker.
Yeah, I sit there and I look
you
at
didn't read
this.
it when you saw the thing.
I look at this. Yabisi looks up. Okay. Sapphire. You very calmly listen to me. Ivana, could you put your hand on my shoulder?
Ivana's like, sure? Just reach up.
Thank you. Your presence is very calming. And UBC just kind of like goes through what you just described. I am going. This is my personal opinion, but this is evil.
I agree. Yeah, it's look. He
what
was doing.
Recall is done is evil.
I don't think
Why did
Ibra
you
Kal has
do
done this. I
this?
think this person is a shithead who's using the
No,
rules to his advantage.
Yes, and it's cruel and immoral and wrong.
It
I
is,
agree.
but so are many things currently, and I think it might be better if we get on with it so we can finish the contract, come back and do what we're
Look,
supposed to be
I
doing.
very
I
seriously.
don't know if Ibra Kal should be the kind of place we're saving if they're forcing people into these
Well,
kinds of
we're
contracts.
not. We're doing the whole world.
Yeah, also Ibra Kal, here's the thing, right? Ibra Kal did not make this contract. Ibra Kal is, like, the way that I understood it is that they exist as a place
They
that
just have a practice,
yeah,
essentially.
this guy is using
They
those
will
rules.
enforce it.
Yeah, but that is because
And anyone who enforces unjust laws, as far as I'm concerned, is fucking evil.
It's a whole city. You can't. There's people
Yeah.
in there probably that are worth saving, and you can't brand an entire nation.
yeah,
Just
because
because they
of
have
the
law.
leaders are corrupt. Yeah, this is very topical right now.
I rolled a 12.
Personal, man.
Do I catch any of this?
On a 12, I'll say no. They did go below deck to do this while you guys are still getting situated.
Jen and I.
Devana will turn to Yubi specifically and be like, "Listen, I get that this is very infuriating. I also don't like him, but I think people like him just like to get under people's skin, and he's doing exactly that. He's achieving his goal. The best thing is to just pretend he doesn't exist and just do the thing, and then we can go back and do the summit and do things that are actually worth our time."
I don't even understand why this happened. Why didn't you pick me to be the champion?
It doesn't
I
matter
beat
now.
I beat Dedra, like, and I shouldn't have.
I know
Nedra.
I get that, but it's in the past. We can't change it. It's best to we should just go do this. Then we get over if the contract's gone. We're free to do it, and we never have to see him again.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I get it. I get it. It just you have a good heart, UBC, but and I get the frustration, but I've personally learned that you need to pick your battles, and this is not one that's worth any of our time.
I just know is that if we're going to be doing this sort of making alliances, I don't.
It's not an alliance. He tricked Sapphire.
He's a representative of Ibra Kal.
I know.
He's here. He's going to be at the conclave.
But here's the thing. He's not, as Corey said, he's not a higher position. He's trying to get a favor with the prince. The prince is the one that, and we've got Celia in there. Celia is trying to talk to them as well. So we can. I don't think Castor holds that power as he likes to present. I think I think the reason he's trying to do all this because he wants a favor with the prince, because he wants more power. And
then why are we helping him?
Because we have a contract, and if I get where you're coming from, but it's best just get it over with. We can find other ways to make sure he doesn't get safe. Like I said, we have got Celia, who's also a representative. We can tell her what's happened, and she can be our voice in there.
I mean,
no, I get it. It doesn't
Celia
feel right.
hadn't wanted that dress, this wouldn't be happening.
That's not how this works. We can't. I spend a lot of my life working around thinking about maybe if this, maybe if that, and it's never really gotten me far. It's best to just look ahead. I just do this. Like I said, if you want to, he's trying to get under your skin. If you want to get under his skin, best to just ignore him, or just, I don't know. Don't fight back. He was trying to get a reaction. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get a reaction out of you, and that when you give him that, you're giving him exactly what he wants. I get it, though. I mean, he annoys me too. But it's best to just let it slide. People like that, they grow up thinking that they own the world. They're hard to change. It's best not. It's not worth your energy or time. Put your energy with other people. Put your energy with people that you love, instead of people that you hate.
You hear a voice calling out up top deck, just like, "Raise anchor!" And you just hear creaking and like things are moving around.
Time to go. And Divana will sort of like just squeeze Ibisi's shoulder, and will walk off to go find Nethra, I think.
Sure. Yeah, you guys can start getting situated yourselves. You see, by the way, now that you have Will, you actually have two people who can take shifts at the helm. Like Dagon and Will are both skilled helmsmen. So you see Eglith and all are kind of moving up, the capstan pulling up the anchor. Then you see, if you're going to Nedra, you'd also end up on top deck because Nedra is currently helping Eglith unfurl the sails. And
okay,
you see sails drop, the ship begins to kind of creak out of the harbor.
Oh, I actually remember, are all our NPCs with us?
Everyone's here on the ship, yes.
Okay, then so I guess Narcissus would also have been, because I feel like if any of them have been behind, Divana might have considered leaving Narcissus.
If you want someone to hold down the fort, you can, but
I mean, they would have asked Narcissus what he wanted to do. So
Narcissus would have said, I will go where you go.
Yeah, okay. I'll yeah, that's I might regret this later, but yes, okay.
You see Ziaka heads down below deck to help Red. You see Risf has kind of like gotten up to the mess hall, and he's helping Zelstein start making like the first meal essentially later in the afternoon. And you guys kind of begin to sail out of the harbor kind of slowly. You see,
sorry, I would like to do a thing really quick before we set sail. When Caster is getting checked in or whatever, during that time, I would like to gather everybody in like a common room or something, like maybe
the mess hall.
Yeah, something like that, and just Marilyn and Jen are welcome if they want to be there. It's not like a whatever thing, and this includes everybody, not just the PCs, but the NPCs and everyone, and just okay. So I realize some people don't know what's going on, or either do or I fucked up. Okay, I was trying to, I don't know, help a friend, and this guy was being a complete asshole, and one thing led to the other, and the terms of the contract dictate that I can pick who I want to help on this expedition. And before we set sail, I don't want anyone to be here if they don't want it for this expedition. It could be dangerous. It is to help a piece of shit to get his things. None of you signed up for it. I'm the one who agreed to the contract. None of you did. If you do not want to be here, that's completely understandable. When we come back, we can pick up where you left off like nothing happened. That's fine. But I don't want you to feel like you don't have a choice in how we proceed from here. I'm bound to the contract, so I'm going to do this. Fuck it, whatever. But everyone else who fought with me by my side for the last however long we've been doing this, I want to give you the choice to come with us or to hold down the fort here in Balkhard till we get back. Yeah.
Don't we have flat charisma?
Okay. Flat charisma. Bro, why is it not rolling? Hello? Oh, there we go. That's a 13.
13 is not bad. You just see like some of the NPCs like kind of like look at you like, yeah, I mean, like kind of with the look of like, yeah, shit happens, it's whatever. And some of the others are just like, I live on this boat. Why would you ask me to leave? And then like the third category of NPCs, which is just like, we told you we were gonna help, and that's what we're gonna do. So like you have like a bit of a mixed response, but no one seems like they want to like leave you to this. And everyone on the ship kind of has clocked Caster's vibe, and they're like, yeah, no, we're gonna help you. No one should have to do this alone.
Yeah.
And yeah, everyone stays.
I think as we're sailing away, I think UBC's going to take Devana's advice after Sapphire does this. And I think UBC's going to, while he is the carpenter, I think he's going to focus on morale, enlisting Tristan's help, and keeping the crew entertained during the trip. Songs, music, shanties to get people in the mood of working. Like really trying to keep everybody in good spirits despite Caster's presence on the show.
Yeah, it's probably going to turn into mostly like you doing that because Tristan would end up being busy with a lot of the navigation stuff. Because
no worries.
Yeah, like basically, you have Marilyn now who is like a skilled navigator, but she isn't familiar with the mode of operation on the ship, how parlance for Dagon works while helming and stuff like that. So he's kind of helping bridge that gap essentially. But yeah, basically between shifts, he'll like join you, help you out for sure. And as everyone kind of like steals their resolves once more, you begin to head out of the harbor pretty early in the morning. Honestly, it's like 5-6 a.m. at best, and you see like the sun still like kind of cresting over the hills to the east, and you see like this kind of like huge shaped like cove like bay of Balkard that you're leaving, and all of these merchant ships beginning their day begin to either head out or head into the port. You see a few of the smaller like fishing boats and whatnot have already gone out, and as you begin to leave Balkard with a heading south by southwest. Yeah, go on. Jen?
I was just going to say, whilst we're leaving and all this is going on, Jen is going to be in their room, doors open, burning incense, doing some scribblings in charcoal, burning some herbs in a brazier, and summoning their familiar while all this goes on. And then, yeah, so that's what they're doing for an hour at least of this first part.
For sure, like just getting situated. Yes.
Is now a good time to use the sending scroll I got?
If you want to, you can use it whenever you want.
What time is it? Is it?
It's 6 a.m. right now.
Should I wait? How long is the trip? It's a long trip. No, we've got time.
You've got time.
Can I say I do it later in the morning?
Sure. Sprout, what were you trying to say?
Yeah, I think that while the discussion, like the serious discussion was going on of like, oh my god, there's a bitch on the, on the deck and shit.
Yeah.
Sprout Sprout was, taken away by estrogen and begin making flower crowns. And he has two of them, like one on an arm, one on an arm. And he's gonna first go and look for Jen because he's thinking like, I met this person first and then I met the second person, so I do it chronologically. And he's going to go.
They're in their open door room right now.
Yeah, so Sprout is gonna kind of knock on the door and peek in, like waiting to see, is it okay if I go in? Or
Jen will kind of just wave you in while they're, I'd imagine, we'll do it so that they're coming to the end of their incantations and they just kind of signal for one moment. as they
Yeah.
finish the end of this ritual.
Sprout
and
is
yeah,
yeah.
you
Sprout
can
is
come in.
gonna walk closer and put the flower crown like down and go, hi, I brought you this welcoming gift. I think it's what it's called, because you welcome someone and you give it as a gift, so it makes sense. And I made you a flower crown, but I don't know if you can have any berries, so I'm not gonna pick my berries. Can you eat?
Sustenance is not required, but thank you.
But can you
Yeah.
do it?
I mean, I could, but it would be a fruitless exercise. No pun intended.
You see, Sprout pause for a second, like, fruitless. Oh, wait! Oh, I get it! That's funny. Okay. And but he's still gonna like pluck one of the like a few of the berries on his little branches and leave it in like a little pile. I left you a few berries, and I left you a flower crown, and I hope you enjoyed them.
I honestly, this is a wonderful gift. Would you like to share in a secret with me in return?
What secret?
He will kind of part their robe slightly, and you'll kind of hear a little skittering, and out of their chest cavity will come this little kind of almost clockwork looking frog, and it will skitter across to you, and just kind of look. I'll go, this is my friend Rivet.
I like him. He's really fun. Oh,
Like
can I
every time
pick
it
him
tilts
up?
its head, you just hear like gears wiring and like
Can
just.
I pick him up?
Of course.
Yeah, Sprout
doesn't
is going
bite.
to Sprout is going to very excitedly kind of pick up the frog and
Yeah.
how does this? It doesn't have any flesh either. Fleshy people are so odd sometimes. I like seeing things that are made of flesh. They confuse.
Rivet is special. Rivet's not even really made of metal.
Really?
Rivet just holds that form because it pleases us both. But they can take any form. Eventually. Takes time. And while you're doing this, Jen will put the flower crown on their head.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work?
Oh, it fits perfectly.
Yes, I made sure that it fits. I had to try it
It's all
multiple times.
very complicated.
Okay, for Sprout, we'll
and
take
it took
that
me a
answer.
lot of studying to learn.
Sprout is
Anytime you want to play with Rivet, just ask. They would. I'm sure they'll be a friend to all of you eventually.
Rivet?
I can play with him whenever. Yay! I'm not gonna get bored. I don't tell the others I said that, but sometimes the things here are really complicated. I do tend to get a little bit bored.
I understand that. I spent a lot of my life studying, and that's quite boring.
It is boring. There's so
But
many
means to
things
an
to
end.
learn, like money and scams and politics, which are really, really odd, and I don't like them.
I think you are probably more wise than you let on. Anyone with any sense doesn't like politics or money or scams.
You think I'm smart?
I do.
I hope
It
I'm
does too.
smart. I've just recently learned how to properly write as well. And I'm kind of proud of myself for that.
Excellent. Well, anytime you want to practice your writing, let me know.
Really? Thank Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna let you do your important work because Yabisi told me that it's rude to interrupt people when they're doing work.
And
Oh, quite all right. I was just summoning Rivet, so maybe I'll venture up onto deck myself.
Okay, make sure you stay safe and oh, don't lean over the railing. Yabisi told me it's very easy to fall.
Oh, good to know.
Okay.
Ever so helpful.
you as you kind of like walk away, like Rivet stood on the ground, like on the floor in your room,
Yeah.
and just turns to you, Jen, real quick. Just goes, "Hmm, was that good?"
I think it amused, but yes. Can't give away all our party tricks, but one.
And just with like the frog hand gives you a thumbs up. It goes back to being a frog.
Oh my god. Also, if
I love them.
also, if it's not an issue, I would also like to quickly
Yeah.
go and give
Yeah,
the
you run up to
flower crown to Maryland, and
yeah.
so I don't know where she would be though.
She'd be
main
top
deck.
deck right now, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sprout is just trotting up top deck, another flower
Mhm.
crown in hand, kind of like going between people, like, sorry, excuse me, coming through, I'm sorry. And he makes his way over, and he's gonna wave to get Marine's attention.
I nod in their direction, and I finish up what I'm doing, and
Mhm.
I go over to them and lean down. And I'm like, "Hey, how are you doing?"
Oh, I didn't present myself. I am Sprout, and you just came on our ship, so I made a welcoming gift because you give it as a gift to welcome people, and I made this, and he's going to happily present the flower crown.
Oh, nice. Marilyn takes it and just puts it on her head immediately.
And I
That-
also have for you, and he's gonna pluck some of the berries out of his branches and give those as well.
Oh, are these safe to eat?
Yes.
Good to know. Marilyn finds a pocket that she keeps some snacks in and just drops them in there.
Mhm.
And if you ever need healing, the bigger ones heal as well.
Oh, that's very
I
interesting.
keep those for emergencies because they grow up kind of slow.
Makes sense.
I did not catch your name, by the way.
Oh, I'm Marilyn. She holds out her hand to shake Sprout's hand.
Sprout is going to happily shake the hand.
She gives a firm grip and gives a one shake up and down.
Thank you for coming on the ship. I heard that you usually go on boats and stuff.
Yeah, I'm usually on a boat. It's what I'm known for. Caster hired me primarily for boats. I do other stuff for him every once in a while.
Is it that guy that Yabisi called an asshole?
Yeah.
Oh, I
He's a big
shouldn't have
asshole.
said that word. Yabisi said that it's a bad word.
Are you not allowed to swear?
Well, they used to tell Jesper off whenever he like swore around me, so I guess.
Well, you're on a ship. I think you should be allowed to swear. It's what we do around here. Like for fun.
So I
And
can
you
say
just step behind you,
so
Dagon, go, fuck yeah!
See?
so I can say fudge as well? Like, is that allowed?
Oh
that
yeah. Yeah. That's a good one.
I'm very tempted to say estrogen is gonna come running into wherever these two are.
Just put it somewhere on the top
Run
deck.
from the
Very
bottom
obvious.
of like the ship, essentially in the engine room, all the way up top.
So I can also say shit.
And you hear that?
Yeah. When you're on
Ouch.
land, though,
I didn't say
people don't.
anything. I'm sorry.
I hurt you.
When
I
you're
didn't-
on land, though, people don't really like it as much. They got this thing called politeness or whatever. But
What
here
are
on the
you
ocean, we're pretty
teaching
free.
him?
I'm
How
being
to swear,
taught
I
how
think?
to swear. I said fudge.
Okay,
On the
that
open
one's
water,
fine.
Oh,
Don't say the other ones.
shit.
Yeah, that one. Don't say it. You're young and
Further
innocent, and we have to
Sprout, and then,
maintain like,
you could say them around me.
hey,
Yeah.
you, new person.
Yeah. Hi.
Do you understand how everything is falling apart, and all we have,
Hey,
all we
wait.
have, is the pure joy that is Sprout.
What?
Huh?
How does swearing ruin the pure joy of Sprout?
That doesn't
That's
fucking
words.
matter.
Also, I have
Why
a feeling,
wasn't it
Estrogen, that you
estrogen?
do not. I have a feeling, Estrogen, that you do not realize the fact that I am hundreds of years old. Actually.
Oh, you're hundreds of years old? Me too.
Yeah, I've just been slumbering for a really, 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 really long time. Like around 90% of it is what Yabisi told me. I don't know how
Yeah,
to
so
math.
then you're not that. I
Oh.
mean, if you've been asleep for 90% of it, you're only like 10% as old as you think you are.
Okay, what's
Is that,
the
is that a
10%
big
then?
number or a small number?
Do you not know math?
No, I barely learned how
Would
to
I
write.
have any idea how old Sprout actually is?
Well,
Sprout
Sprout,
doesn't
do you
know
know
I'm
how
how
going
old
old
you
to
are?
this is.
say small.
Okay, I am small apparently.
Well, yeah, physically.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have you know that I used to be smaller and I actually grew. So, in
Yeah,
a
he
little
didn't
bit
have
of
a mouth.
time. I mean, I didn't used to, but now I do. So, one
He has
day
a
I'm
mouth. He
gonna
should be
get
able to
as
say
big.
whatever words he wants.
One day I'm gonna
Hmm.
get as big
I
as
mean,
the
I can't
other
argue with
Leshies, and
that.
I'm gonna be as tall as
I mean, like an ant?
Wait, how big are other Leshies?
Leshies are like several feet tall, like
Like, she's
tree
can get like 12
tall.
feet tall.
Yeah. Sprout at the moment is a seedling. That's why he's so small.
Estrogen is going to have a full crisis, realizing that Sprout is going to
Full-grown
be like,
Leshy would be like, 12 feet tall with like abnormally long, like limbed arms and legs hunched over. Like, that's a Leshy.
I am
They're
still
terrifying
young,
creatures.
but one day I'm gonna get big, and I'll be as big as the mother tree as well.
You're gonna tell me all sorts of things about Leshies. This is the first time I've ever met one. And I've been
Really?
in a lot of places. Yeah.
They used to be very common when I come from, and there were rabbit people as well, and they had like little bunny, but they kind of chewed on things, and I was scared they chewed my roots.
That's rude.
that's,
Should have
that's
asked you
fair.
first.
I saw one of them once, and he was chewing on like this really big carrot, and I realized I have roots, and I didn't want to go near them again, or at least for a while. I kind of just stayed out of their way. That's fine. The forest was big.
It's all good. Thanks for the crown. Thanks for the berries.
You're welcome. If you need any more, just let me know.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, you as you basically like give the crown up and you kind of walk away. Well, actually, you walk away and climb up the crow's nest, I'd imagine, right, Sprout?
Yeah, no, Sprout is gonna climb up, and
Yeah.
also while being on Cronus, he's also, because he got inspired, he's also gonna rehearse his writing. So he has all his crayons out, and he's writing his name, because he's not that good at writing, but he knows how to write his name. I will say, however, he may have gotten a little bit neater, but the P's are still the other way around.
Well, at which point I'll also say, give me a perception check for when you do eventually do look out of
I
the
know
nest.
he's gonna
Yeah.
he's gonna try and also keep like he's gonna be like S looks around B.
Yes, that's exactly what we need. An intermittent lookout.
It's only a
Uh,
few seconds. Sprout got
Mhm.
quicker at writing. Okay, so I need a perception.
Yes, perception.
I'll have you know, Sprout got a dirty 20, so he's pretty vigilant.
20 is pretty good. Yeah. Cool. That's your role. Sapphire, are you still helping with the engine room with the others? Steve? No.
Oh no!
Did he fall asleep?
I don't
No,
see
he's awake.
Steve. No, I do. Wait.
I think he's awake. His avatar just blinked.
I don't think that means
It,
it's
I
I
think
don't think that
I think
means
that's
anything.
Hey, what's up?
Oh,
Hello, hi.
Oh, there
Oh
you
yes,
go.
hello.
Oh,
Hi.
okay, okay.
I
Yes,
was just
is
asking, is Sapphire in the engine room?
yes, probably.
Give me an Arcana. Because of everyone there, give it with advantage.
Nice.
engine room.
The Arcane engine, that's where you also help out, right?
Yeah, that's where I usually stay.
Yeah, you both stay there.
Oh,
Yeah, fuck it, it's bullshit. It's 12.
12. All right. You 12 is good enough that there's no problems or mishaps or anything. Like you're maintaining course essentially. Now, you Melrune, you did get like instructions from Barabbas and from Caster about like kind of where you're supposed to go. Like you see, like at some point, like as you're like headed out onto the open waters, Caster like has like a little word with you about where you're heading and everything. While he's explaining it, give me a perception check.
I think Box had to leave the table.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I think she's BRB'd. Cool. And that's fine. In that case, I'll do the other roles first. Hold on, I'll do the NPC roles. Let's see how Dagon is doing at the helm. Gets advantage. Yep, that's good. Let's see. Aglet crits while doing the sails.
Ugh.
Sails are great. He's catching the wind real good and all that. But
and at the discount.
sure. Then well, I'll alternate. I was going to do it the other way. Tristan will do the first navigation. Okay. Yeah, you guys are headed on your way. After a couple hours of travel, like the waters do get a bit choppy here or there, but like no like bad weather, no mishaps so far, anything like that. Sprout, you're keeping an eye out. After a few hours pass, you stop seeing like vessels around you because you've kind of gone off the coast of approaching Bulkard. So all the trade ships and all are like not on the route you've taken. You you see like because of how Tristan has navigated you, off in the distance towards your right, there is a very distant like storm cloud kind of broiling, but it's far enough and looks like you're not getting close to that, so you should be safe. It seems that's something you have avoided essentially. You also see for at least the first day of travel itself on on both side essentially you're constantly just seeing the coast in the distance. It After like leaving the Balkard like area, it slowly starts turning into like a rocky slash like slightly hilly region, and you see it's getting more arid almost very like rapidly. And you see like in the distance a little past the hills, it is actually like more sandy duned rather than hill-like, and you see the beginnings of a desert going off, and you can tell that that's probably where the Scotch wastes and like Ibrical basically kind of begins to start out off in the distance. But you do realize because of that, even out on the open waters, the air is getting drier and hotter. The weather's getting a little more, not too much, just a bit of a difference compared to what Balkard is like.
You
And
have told me we're going to a desert. I'm gonna fucking wilt.
you're not going to a desert, you're just near one. As you see, around midday, actually, you can tell just by looking out of the top deck, whenever someone has free time and they look outside, the water is like fully reflecting back the sun to the point where it's like blinding at times. You kind of have to, like, watch where you're looking, especially as the lookout.
Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis, yes, but every time you try to look out towards the waters, it's blinding. Because large bodies of water on an open sky is rough. And because of that, the sweltering heat of the water itself is almost like being in like a cooking pot for a moment. And as
I'm a soggy vegetable. No.
and very quickly you feel like around noon, like the rapid dryness starts to almost feel humid at the same time, and it's a weird feeling of just being like uncomfortable. And you see after a point, like Castro just starts staying within his quarters essentially, because he is not coming out into the sunlight during all of this shit right now. And you realize just from this visual itself and what you have entered the edges of the Sunborn Sea. And you see across your travel, there is moments where different NPCs come and go as they do. After like a little bit of
Could I have
time,
done my sending at some point?
yes, that's what I was getting to.
Yes,
After a little
okay.
bit of time, people are going in and out. Ivana, you find yourself in your room whenever you take a break. Essentially, you pull up your scroll. What would you like to do?
I would like to cast Ascending to try and contact my mother. Considering I have no... The option was between Mum and Debria, but considering the cold is known, or at least like Tristan couldn't read Divana in there. Divana has made this sort of link that potentially that might be wasted. But yeah.
What name do you use when you use the sending?
Do you have to?
You have to name the recipient.
I don't like why you ask that. The name would be Greni.
Yeah. Okay. You go to cast the spell. First of all, roll me a D100.
Oh God. Okay.
What?
Will I find the D100? I think it's these ones.
Wait. A D100 is for ascending is used if the person is on another plane.
Oh no!
Well,
Yeah. That's 59.
59. Okay. Yeah. What's your sending?
God, I don't like how you asked that. The sending is, I wrote it down. It's exactly 25 words. It's just Vala just sits down with the scroll and just goes, Mom, it's Didi, Debbie, and Dad are with a cult. They have my necklace. I'm leaving Volkart, but I'll be back soon. Please find me.
Roll me a
Oh no.
persuasion with advantage.
Persuasion? Hold on.
Yes.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Wait, one's an 18 on the die for where's my persuasion? That's a 24.
24 is very good.
The other one was an 8, so the advantage helped.
You hear back, and it takes a minute to hear back, but it's the same as when you had that experience last time so many months ago, where it's kind of choppy and broken, but you just hear, Thank the Lords you're alive. I know the situation. Cannot Balkat know. See you soon. In and like there's like static for a moment, and then you hear again. Protect the border. I'll see you there. And it
What?
cuts.
Amazing. I will say that despite that, I think Divana's really relieved that she's alive. And also it helps now that she knows that they no longer have the
That shit's
necklace.
happening, yeah.
Yeah. So that she probably shouldn't even try that, and also just
Yeah.
updating it. Yeah. But I think yeah,
And
they did feel relieved. But
about
also,
an hour after that, like you know, spend some time in your room processing, I'd imagine. An hour after that, you get another sending
okay.
from her,
Oh, okay.
and it simply says, "No, medallion means you're in danger. Stay away from." And hold on.
Oh no.
Stay away from cult. Until then, when you reach the border, I'll find you. We might not be able to save everyone, but I will do my best. They will be there as well. We have to fix this. I love you. And if you want to say a
Respond?
25 word
Yeah.
respond, yeah, if you want.
It's still 25, right? I don't. Okay. I just had some thought and then it left my brain right away. What was it? Because what? So she said, stay away from. What did she say? Stay away from the
Stay
cold.
away from the cult.
And then meet at the border and.
Like,
Oh,
basically,
and
the way
she
she
was.
worded it was like, when you reach the border, almost like, yeah, you're probably going to reach
Yeah.
the border.
Okay. Okay. I think going to be going nowhere near Colt. And then found a way to shield myself. I'll be there. Do my best. I love you too.
You don't hear any sendings after that.
No, that makes sense. But yeah, I think just to like the I love you, they're just that to hear that after so long is really nice
Very
and
well to
fucking
see if
nice.
she is able to send one back. And also the D100 was nice. So
Okay.
so yeah, lots of hoops to jump to
Now I
make it happen.
remember what I was gonna ask, but it doesn't really matter. This doesn't really matter. This is the thing. I had a thought as you were trying, like, oh, I should ask that, and literally when you finish, it's like it's gone. It's fine. It's whatever.
Then a couple of things. Firstly, is Mariloon back box?
Yep.
So you're basically like you see Tristan's kind of been helping him set up and everything while you went to get instructions from Caster for more like directions. And while you're being told like the heading and stuff, give me a perception check.
Okay. 17.
17 is pretty good. So while he's explaining, like you see, he has like a couple of like documents and stuff strewn across, and like he's kind of going through them. And Amidst the documents, you see there is a map that he seems to be referring and like telling you where it should, like, he has like a like old musty looking map, and he has like what looks like a modern map of like the southern seas, and he seems to be using the like shitty map essentially to like point out where the heading should be. And you catch just in wait, do you speak yeah, okay. You see that there's some stuff written on the map in Celestial. I think we're back. I think we're back.
I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see it's marked with like some kind of a heraldic symbol of something that I don't think you're familiar with. You haven't seen that symbol before, but it has very like similar depictions you would have seen like around, like, being around Castor and stuff. You have seen a lot of Ibrikal. So the heraldic symbols do make sense. It seems to be referring to something about Selima and fire and the sun, but this particular symbol, you don't recognize it belonging to any house or anything that you know. But you see, he kind of gives you a heading. You can gather it's going to take like maybe a day or two to get there. What's weird is that it's in the middle of the waters. But you get the heading, and as you're kind of like heading up to the top deck, you see Dagon, the fallen Asma, who's helming right now. He looks at you and goes, "Right, well, do we have a heading then?"
Yeah. I give him the heading, and while while Castor was explaining the things, I try to remember like what the Celestial looked like, so I could write it down later down a little bit, because normally he doesn't keep like a lot of secrets, I would assume, or at least he would, but something's feeling off about all this. Like,
Yeah.
why would he get this ship specifically? Why would he do this like this? It's just not the usual thing that happens. And
Yeah.
after giving Dagon the heading, I'm just gonna ask him, do you know anybody that knows Celestial, perchance?
He kind of like looks at you and goes, "I mean, I do."
Hmm.
He
He's
kind
too
of like
hard
points
to
to
acting
himself.
captain.
Like,
But
I don't know about all
above
this
that,
acting business, but I can indeed fill the role. But yes, why do you need a celestial expert, as it were?
I'm getting some dire signals, I guess, from Castor. Things are off from what he usually does, Worked for him a long time.
All
And
right.
something's off. I know. I just know it.
And how can I assist in the matter? Would you like to be free of employment soon, perhaps?
I don't like the way you said that. Where's Yabisi?
I suppose. I'd imagine somewhere along the ship you can find him.
Okay. Does he know Celestial?
Have to ask him, but I doubt it. From what I recall, you could talk to Sapphire. I think the one who speaks it. Then again, quite a few people speak it on the ship.
Okay. I'll find one of them. I'm sure you'll get in on the loop of what's happening.
As you were. Before you head away, though, give me a survival check so you are actually navigating properly with advantage because Tristan is helping you. There's just a
Oh,
blanket survival for the journey.
24.
Amazing. Yeah, cool.
Nice.
After that, you head on downstairs. Who do you find?
I think my gut instinct is to go with UBC at the
Alright.
moment, because he seems to be uh more of the leader than
Mm-hmm.
like everybody else. just a little bit. He just seems to have the stronger personality out of everybody that I can recognize. And I'm just gonna walk up to him and say, like, "Do you know Celestial?"
No. I know Sylvan, but not Celestial, unfortunately. Devana probably might be able to help you. You want me to vouch for you?
Yeah, you can come along too. I have a feeling that it might be important.
Yeah, no. Come with me. And like during the walk, UBC walks and talks a little bit, and he's like, "Sorry, I haven't had a chance to talk to you. I was just a little put off by your employer."
Yeah, he has that effect on people.
Yeah, he certainly does. I'm also, I don't know. I kind of, because of I come from the mangroves, the jade mangroves, and people call me a sea elf. It's interesting to finally meet an actual sea elf. I come from island, and I think that we're probably distantly related, more directly than most elves. Technically, I'm what you would call a wood elf, colloquially, but I've been swimming my whole life and was raised on an island for most of it, so.
Yeah. I mean, sea elf, when people say like blank elf, they're just kind of describing wherever they see somebody. Some people are just
Exactly.
weird like that.
Yeah, they don't really understand that there's difference. I mean, I guess culturally I'm a sea elf, but it's not the same. You have an
Yeah.
actual connection to her. Oh, here's Devana.
Yeah.
Devana, I need your help.
Okay.
Can you read Celestial?
Oh, yeah. Why?
Well, we need some help with these maps.
All right, so
The Valley will look at Mariloon as well, and we're like, "Is everything okay?"
I'm going to be straightforward and say that Caster is doing things in a way that is not normal to him, and I don't know exactly what's going on. Because normally I'm the
Okay.
one that gets the crews and stuff, and him going out and finding a crew is not how things usually go with him. All I know is
Okay.
that he said something about an arena the other day, and something happened, I guess.
I mean, I can go talk to him maybe, but why did you need me to know
The
Celestial?
reason I'm being, I guess, secretive to him is he's using this really old map, and this was written on it. At least I got
Take
as close
it.
as I could.
I'll take it. I'll read it.
It just one phrase. It just says the unwitnessed kingdom.
Wait, unwitnessed kingdom. Okay, yeah. Devana just says just reads out loud. It's like, yeah, that's just what it says. The unwitnessed kingdom. And can I have a look at the map? Like, it's a really old map, right? Is it old enough
Well,
that
I
it
just like
doesn't?
copied it.
It's not the map.
Oh, it's not the map. Oh, it's just my. Okay, sorry.
It's just the inscription that she copied.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
My
Yeah.
best to like draw up the map from memory.
I think
That would be more difficult.
Well, I think what Devana would want to ask if is the top if it's before Onrush or not.
You'll have to look at the map.
Would it not just be the whole like top section, just like different?
So that's the thing. Maroon would know this. The map didn't have like official demarcations or anything like that. It seems to have been someone's hand-drawn map, and someone had just written that in like their own script.
But Tan, I have cartographer's tools, like as proficiency and stuff. Could I just like do my best from memory to just?
I'll say you definitely can try. So like you can give me a history check to remember how much of the map you saw in like one quick glance, essentially.
7.
7. You know it was in the Southern Sea, so you just start drawing like a basic depiction of the Southern Sea.
Okay, well,
yeah.
I have an idea at least where we're going based off of
Yes.
looking at the modern map. Okay, I'm gonna pull up because I probably have a modern map on me at all times, and
Yeah,
I
for
pull
sure.
it. I pull it out and like circle around the area where
Mhm.
we seem to be heading, just based off of his
Yeah.
directions and going back and forth.
Doesn't mean a lot to you looking at it. It's just a spot in the ocean.
That's odd.
Mm.
But it does tell you it doesn't seem to have marked out any island, at least charted on a map.
Is the Namian Witness Kingdom? Is that? Can I roll a history for that?
Yeah, does that sound familiar to like either of us?
Probably not, but yeah.
I will let you guys roll. I will let you also know. This is a DC 30 history
I
check.
I cannot reach that. Never mind.
So if
Ooh,
you crit,
gosh.
if you
Nope,
crit,
I can't reach it.
No. Okay.
okay.
Hold on, I'm
okay.
100 years old. No,
No, I cannot.
Yeah.
No. I think I just read it again. Just think,
All right.
do you want me to talk to him? See if I can. Maybe I'm pretty good people.
I kind of know
wait.
how he operates. He's got way too much of a head in like noble class stuff. So
Wait a minute.
I know, but
I know who might
Is there
know.
a way for me to get like a bonus on my history check by like bardic inspiration or something of someone?
I mean,
Because
you
I
add your
could hit
charisma.
a 30 theoretically.
You add your charisma already, right?
I
And
know,
also
I
you're not
already
here
have.
as
God damn it. Well,
I am going to
forgot
go
about that
find
part.
our kobold friend.
Risk.
I'm gonna go find Risk.
You find
This
him
man
in
is
his
not gonna know
maybe.
history.
Yeah.
You see,
Risk.
the doors like partially open. You open the door. He just kind of like looks up from like a big old tome like on his lap. He's like, "Huh? Yes."
Risk, my friend, trying to crack a little bit of a mystery.
Oh,
In all of your studies, have you ever heard, or is the Unwitnessed Kingdom,
yeah.
of a place called the Unwitnessed Kingdom?
I don't think so. I mean, I can check. And you see, kind of like gets up from his bed, goes over to his like little rucksack, and starts like pulling up different books and like looking through them.
would it be possible for me to give him the heraldry I saw too?
Sure, I'll say that gives him the help action.
Oh no.
You see, he looks around. He doesn't find anything like direct about it, but he's a wait. I mean, the heraldry is clearly of Selima's. I mean, it's older. Doesn't look like any of the modern sects or anything, but that would mean that this whatever this place is had a following of Selima's, but older. It might have even been from before her. Well, might have been even before this period of time. I mean, in the previous era, older than the dragon was even, and if that's the case, and the kingdom is unwitnessed, you'd imagine that maybe it's an ancient ruin of some kind. Maybe worshippers of Selima or something that they died or something bad happened to them before the dragon wars. And I mean, there's a lot of ruins like that from that time period because many deities gained and lost followers all over the world. And if that's the case, and because it is on the Sunborn Sea, it might even be a sunken ruin. Imagine that. The goddess of summer's domain within the water. I mean, that itself would be such a big slight against the god. I mean, something like that could have all kinds of relics and information from ages long gone. I mean, I need to make notes. And you see, just runs over, picks up a notebook, starts just titles it Unwitnessed Kingdom. It starts like writing from like other books immediately. He's like, give me a day. If I find anything else, I'll let you know.
Thank you so much, Reese. You're amazing.
Fast forward to the
just like-
sequel campaign. We hear about the Unwitnessed Kingdom from a book written by Risk.
I would also
Yeah.
think at some point like try and find Vegan and Sapphire because they might.
It
Yeah.
goes without saying that this is the unwitnessed kingdom. Nobody's witnessed it, guys. Come on.
Mariloon's probably just gonna mutter under her breath, like, of course he got me on a job like this after all of the fucking things we've done.
Oh, did that help? Have we managed to help any Mariloon? I mean, I feel like we know a bit more than we knew before.
I know that he's barking up a tree he shouldn't be, for sure. Because if he's dealing with stuff that's way out of my depth, and he's dealing with really old stuff as a really old man himself.
And you while all of you are having this moment, like while everyone's doing the jobs traveling and everything, Barabbas does like come on to top deck after a point. Like he does help out with sales and stuff where he can, like just kind of like lends a hand wherever it's needed. But once everything's kind of like smooth sailing, like quite literally, you see he kind of just hangs around top deck. He's like halfway geared up, like he's wearing his armor and everything. He has like his blades at his side. He doesn't have like the whole fucking armor like with the shield and hammer regalia, but he's kind of like just semi lightweight, just hanging out top deck and just looking out at the ocean, not as bothered by the blinding scorch, it seems, and he's just kind of vibing there.
Is there time for me to approach him?
Yeah, so that's I was about to ask you actually. I remember you wanted to talk to him. So right now, Castor's back in his room, so like he's here alone up top deck. So
perfect.
You approach him.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over. Be like, hey, hi.
He kind of like straightens up, like, hey.
So I want to get on the record and just address the underhanded tactics that I used during the fight. It looked kind of bad for us, and I didn't want to die that quickly. I was trying to show off in front of my friends. It was nothing against you. It was a very good fight. Well,
probably a persuasion.
Sure, I can persuade these nuts. That's easy enough. No, it was funnier in my head. No, that's a 19. No, that's a 21. Nice.
21.
Nice.
He looks at you and he just kind of goes, "Oh, I mean, when you said you wanted a fair fight, I just wasn't expecting interference, I guess. But again, what's done is done. Not the first time I've had to deal with interference in the arena. And just so we're clear, I wasn't gonna kill you. I mean, it was an exhibition fight.
Oh, no, yeah, no, I was just exaggerating when I say kill. I just meant like, yeah. But I appreciate you saying that, though. It means a lot. I wanted to understand more about this agreement that you have with Castor to work for him. Now that we're not on opposite sides, are you allowed to talk about it?
Well, that depends. What are you exactly asking here?
You mentioned or you implied that you were indebted to him for something. And I just wanted to know if here's the thing. I don't believe in interfering when people don't want someone to interfere. I'm more like, is this a thing that you need help with to get out of this deal or whatever? That's something that we can assist you in. Or are you happy with your situation right now?
Because of the words you used, persuasion with advantage.
Hell yeah. Come on, baby. That's a 23.
23 is really good. You see, kind of like turns around to face you and kind of like leans back on the railing and like, shifts a little uneasily under his like armor, and he kind of like, where he like casually starts like kind of undoing like the side of the armor a little just so he has more breathing room in this heat. And as he's doing that, he kind of just looks over to you and says, well, not exactly stuck in the way that you are, let's say. And don't get me wrong, I understand the kind of person he seems to be and kind of things he says and does. It doesn't really help his case. But right now, I'm in a bit of a situation where I need his resources. And truth be told, I need an exorbitant sum of money on a regular basis that he can provide. I was in the Onrush. I was one of the commanders, one of the sergeant commanders at one of the vaults. Lots of shit went wrong that day. I'm sure I don't need to explain that. And then, when the island was dealt with, a group of people handled it. We thought we won. We did it. But didn't change the fact that all of the things that were already out here, well, they were still out here. And when the kingdom of the elves began to fall, I did what everyone around me did. Tried to grab every single person we could, tried to get the hell out of there. We moved down south, evacuated who we could. Got to Lavinia. Started evacuating there. Kept doing that until our numbers dwindled and we finally reached the border of Dainsbridge and made our way south from there. The world hasn't been the same in many ways. One such way is anyone living north that moved their way down south. Many of them contracted different kinds of curses, ailments, problems, what have you. Planar corruption, as it were, unstable planar energies, abyssal energies corroding onto people. And, well, what I learned when the dust settled is, well, my sister, she was a child back then. She got afflicted with this abyssal touch of sorts, and she needs assistance in many ways. She needs mages to help curb the abyss from taking her. I'm looking for a way to dispel it utterly and completely. But beyond finding an archmage that can use a wish or something, I mean, it's a long and arduous process. Until then, I need to keep her alive and safe. I mean, God, it's been 40 years. She still looks about the same in stature. She has all of her life force goes into keeping her alive. She doesn't really grow or change right now. It's at best stasis. We've managed to stop the abyss from spreading onto her. And a rich Ibrikal noble like Castor, well, he can pay the bills. And yeah, I understand the kind of person he is, and I am sorry for the position he's put in you and your friends in, and the kind of things he says at times. But if listening to him do this to people, being a bodyguard for him during all of this, keeps my sister safe, well, small price to pay. The rewards and funds I got out of being a hero of the Onrush, well, they dried up pretty quickly dealing with something like this. So I used what I have to do this. I mean, I'm sure there's other ways. This was just the most direct one that doesn't inconvenience anyone I know. So yeah, I agree. No hard feelings. Kind of gives you like a faint, like, not even a smile, just like a wry, like stretched face. That just looks tired and little apologetic.
Would I know what he's talking about with this disease?
About what? Ooh, you can roll me a nature check with advantage.
I have a +0 on nature, so that's at 19. Huh.
19. You know the effects the abyss has on people or creatures of any kind that are not of the abyss by just being exposed to it quite blatantly. And you remember when you were at Trisanda Manor defending it against all those demons. Many of the demons you were fighting were people who died at that pyramid and got kind of like, raised as like these demonic entities. Even like the
Wait,
Ratakin
what?
were like, yeah, you saw that. The Ratakin were literally like these just like humanoid, slightly warped bits of like flesh on them here and there, and were kind of like these like demonic husks of people kind of like charging through. So you know that the abyss does have like this encompassing like growth like factor to it.
Okay.
I do know that at some point in the last few sessions, I end up getting a point about abyssal corruption.
Mhm.
I don't remember if anybody else did or not, so maybe Sapphire remembers that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask next, actually. When we killed the dragon,
Yeah,
because I was so close to it.
You experienced it as
Yeah, so
well.
it was the same thing, right?
Similar. So you can imagine that it kind of develops in different ways in different people. Like, if you're, let's say, a divine cleric or something, maybe getting hit by a lot of this might fuck up your connection to your god, might warp your understanding of your faith. It can do all kinds of stuff. Maybe if you're a barbarian, let's say, someone who like taps into their primal rage and other forces like that, this can maybe contort the rage into a very like almost negative and toxic emotion that is instead controlling them. Like there's a lot of horrible ways it can go down, but like if you're like just a person maybe who doesn't particularly have as much robustness or like gifts protecting them, then maybe they just immediately become a demon, or maybe they become infirm and they die. Like there's many ways it can like sap away at a person essentially.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put a hand on his shoulder and just pat it and just, there's. I wish I could help. Wish. There is. I have dealt with my fair share of abyssal corruption and things. It is not easy to see your loved ones go through that. And I will keep looking, and I will. That's the least I can offer is.
kind of gives you a weak smile at that. Like, that's appreciated. I mean, spent the last 40 years looking for a cure that's feasible, that doesn't hurt her, but yeah, I mean, if you find something, I won't turn it away at the very least.
Okay. So the weapons that you use, are they remnants from the Onrush? Are they things that you were gifted, or are they like blessed by the gods? Because those things pack a heavy punch to it. Holy shit! Like,
well,
I'm still hurting.
Remnants is a strong word. I mean, by the time the Onrush happened, I'd already started being a bit of a soldier and an adventurer, and some of those things were things I picked up along the way. Some friends of mine crafted for me to aid me. Some I received as rewards after the Onrush. Back in Zealous, when processions happen for the survivors. Most of them, and well, beyond that, a couple of them are things I've picked up from fallen comrades. Have enough of those to go around.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they pack a punch, because I've learned in this line of work they need to.
That's fair.
And wherever we're going, whatever we're going to get up to, just a fair disclaimer, I'll be helping where I can. But because of my contract and the stipulations on that, my priority remains with Castor.
That's
I will
understandable.
be keeping him alive and safe above all else. So apologies in advance if that puts any of you in more harm's way than it would otherwise. Keep him
Yeah,
safe,
we're
keep
all
him
learning
alive.
about the. Good.
And I mean, technically, with your contract, me doing that keeps you safe as well, so.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So
That's
yeah,
fair.
if I'm less useful wherever we go, that's the reason, and apologies. But
I
I'll still
appreciate
do
you
what I
letting us
can.
know.
He kind of just gives you a solemn nod, and he goes, "Right, well, given how the battle went, regardless of how the battle went, I should say, I appreciate the candor and the support. And hopefully we all make it out of this in the same way we went into it, and maybe this helps you along that path." And
Yeah.
kind of reaches
Well,
down and he takes off a ring off of one of his fingers, and he just kind of hands it to you. And he just goes, "Might prove useful in what is to come.
Oh shit.
Might be better in your hands than mine."
Thanks.
He hands you a ring of evasion, which you can add to your inventory.
Nice.
Just goes, "You stay alive, your allies stay alive. This gets done safely and quickly. I think that's in everyone's best interests."
Thank you. I don't have anything for you, and I feel really guilty. But I really, really appreciate this. This is incredible.
Yeah. Besides that, I mean, I don't like sitting idly by. By the time we get there, if there's any other things I can do to help around the ship, let me know. Spend not a lot, but a fair bit of time here. Aboard vessels of different kinds for the Navy, even. So yeah, if there's any help I can do, let me know.
I will. Yes. Thanks. I'm gonna just leave him to his thoughts, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, you kind of step away, and you continue sailing on, and that's where we'll take a little break.
Hello.
Take a break for like 15-20 minutes. We'll come back for like
So good.
another hour, maybe. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, sounds good.
But yes, we are on our way to the Unwitnessed Kingdom. We shall see you all in a
Whatever
few.
the fuck that means.
Whatever the fuck that means, we shall see what happens to
Yeah,
adventurers
fine.
in
We shall witness.
1920. You shall
Yes, you
witness.
shall witness. Fine.
It doesn't sound like cult shit at all. Anyway, I'm gonna put us on V-Dive by screen.
Yeah, definitely. Oh god.
Hello,
Oh,
we
hi.
are back.
Hola, hola.
And jumping right back in, we are out on the open seas. Everyone's had a few little interactions with each other, gotten their bearings as you are trudging along the edges of the Sunborn Sea. You see, it is a couple of, well, not a couple, it's like over a day's travel, though. You left on the morning of the 20th. You see, it is now the like late afternoon, early evening on the 21st. The sun is kind of shifted down towards the west already. It's not as scorchingly bright right now. And you, with the navigational assistance you have gotten, actually make pretty good headway. This would have taken you over 2 days easily to reach, but you got some favorable winds along with the assistance from the engine. You covered some decent ground, and as you reach this spot, you see Dagon kind of calls out like, right, there's a couple of reefs there. We can try and anchor around that, and we can use the engine to stall ourselves further. And he kind of calls it out. You see Will, who's been like kind of alternating ships with Dagon, kind of looks over and just goes, yeah, well, stop the anchor then. And they go over, they pull up the sails, slow the ship down. You're like pretty much in the middle of the water. You don't see anything around you as far as you can see. And you see Castor comes up, Brabus comes up, Melroon's there, and he just goes, right, well, we're here, and I believe it's time we make use of my generous donation. And he kind of like gestures towards the diving bell. Now, of course, I myself, along with my 2 retinue, will be going, beyond which, points to Sapphire, you will be going. Whoever else wants to come along, I'll leave that to you and your little discussions. And you see he starts like stepping up to it with the assistance of his retinue, starts like setting it up properly, which you see essentially Red got explained how it kind of works. So she helped basically engage it from the arcane engine side down on the ship. And firstly, now table-wise question things. Obviously, all of you guys are going. So there's the 6 of you. There's the 3 from the retinue. Now, Sprout doesn't take a lot of space, firstly.
Sprout doesn't
Meaning,
exactly.
oh,
I don't think Sprout even needs the. If
so
if it's diving, I can.
yeah.
Can't I just like sink to the bottom? I don't exactly need oxygen
Give
like
me
properly.
a nature or medicine check.
Like I don't exactly need oxygen like others, like breathing it through lungs. You know, I kind of absorb it.
Mhm.
So
What about salt water?
I mean,
yeah,
if you
but there's still
throw
oxygen in
medicine check.
honor.
if you throw
Okay,
like
medicine. Let's see.
banana
I
tree
have
underwater,
all-
it's not gonna live. It's not a water plant.
I have all of this sorted.
Yeah, no,
guys.
but
Give
I
me
can just
20 minutes.
Hold on.
latch onto it from
what you get, Sprout?
outside. Wait, 21.
So you know that while it's true you don't need to breathe per se, you also do kind of need to breathe, in the sense that if you go down into a dense water like environment,
True.
you still need air.
I
And
love going
on
down
top
into
of
a
that,
dense water environment.
no. And
I would just be
there's
lightheaded.
also high pressure currents, and as you
Oh,
sink
yeah,
further and further, your
that's
body will not
true.
acclimatize to the dense pressure, and you will crush to death.
Oh shit! Wait, there's another issue. How?
Hmm. Sunlight,
No, we're
yes.
not gonna be. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
how much
Yeah.
sunlight is it down there?
I mean, you have this Sebastian
But-
thing, right?
Yeah,
we
we've
do.
also been in underground tunnels
Yeah, that's
away
true.
from
Like,
sunlight before.
it
Like, it's
doesn't.
not-
It doesn't take a lot. It takes a while for Sprout to have issues when it comes to no sunlight. But if anything were to happen, I can last a week. That's it.
Okay, so there's 9 and 8 if you don't count Sprout.
And I will say, with the party makeup being what it is, you can fit 2 to 3 more people.
I mean,
So
I'm
looking
assuming
at the
like
space inside.
yeah, I'm assuming Elgath will count as like all 3, and like Hike and Pike
No,
will count
so
as 1.
that's what I'm saying. No, Eglith would count as 1.
Oh,
Like, it's a like wide thing on the prow of your ship that's like been attached. Like, it's a whole unit of a chamber. And
okay.
you do see, as it's being set up and everything, Eglith actually immediately like kind of jumps up like, oh, me, please. That looks so much fun.
Okay.
Aw,
Okay.
take him with. Take the baby
Yeah,
with.
no. Mhm.
Actually, no. He
You
might
do
be
know
too heavy.
he is a very. It's not a weight problem. Like you know, like
Be
a Warforged
sensible
is getting
about
loaded
this.
on.
Probably like his dump stat is like whiz or something, or intelligence. We don't want. Do we really want?
100%.
Like,
He,
Here's the thing.
I will
Okay.
say,
but it's just above table. Just yeah.
yeah.
We
I
can't
will
take
say
Red,
above
right?
table. He is. You can take anyone you want. Taking Red
But
would
I
make it
thought
complicated. I will say.
because somebody has to
Yes.
like man the thing. Exactly.
I will say,
Yeah.
he is also like Eglith is also a dedicated frontliner tank.
He's great. I think we should take Eglith.
Like
Uh,
in 10
Mike
ways
would
you do
suggest
have
Risk
other
as well.
But yeah.
hmm?
What's that?
What? Sorry, Mike.
I, as a player, not the character, would suggest Risk, because if we are going to see anything funky down there, his kind of history checks
true.
might be handy.
Me
yeah.
as a player doesn't. I agree with your
The
logic,
thing is-
but also.
Should we be deciding this as players or as characters is the question.
I will let you guys kind of figure
What
because
about?
it's important.
While they're having these discussions, Tam.
Yes.
Sorry, carry on, Steve. I was going to say, while they're having these discussions,
Steven.
can I kind of bundle a group of like 10 together and then a group of 9, including myself, on different halves of the deck, and take 10 minutes and then 10 minutes I will draw my staff around me in kind of big circles, holding a reed in my hand at the same time, and a spray of the ocean will cover one group, and then 10 minutes later the other group, and everybody starts to form a tiny set of gills just behind their ears,
Holy shit.
and have water breathing for the next
That
24
doesn't-
hours.
Nice.
There's an issue.
Holy shit.
Well,
I
you
have
don't
an
have lungs,
issue.
I know, but you've got gills.
What's the issue?
How would gills work for me? That's my issue.
Good
They're magic.
question.
Magic.
I mean, no, it makes sense, right? Okay, it makes sense. Like
For you,
there
they
are
don't show up like gills. They show more like pores, essentially.
stomata,
There.
bunch of stomata.
Just in case,
Yeah,
A,
no, that's
the
smart.
people up top need to come down, or B, the people down below need to come up, and we don't have the diving bell.
That's a body part
Or
I
need to
haven't thrown
leave the
before.
diving bell.
Did
And that
you
would
include
include
Casper in
Casper
that
as
as well? Ah, shit.
Yeah.
I would like to still ask. I mean, obviously, Nedra is out of the question. At least, like Divana will.
It was
argue.
out of the question.
Yeah,
We know
and then
this.
we'll ask Dagon what he wants to do.
Yeah,
You ask him, he's just like, I mean, if you're heading down there, I'm certainly not going to let you go off alone again.
they're not alone. This is We're all there.
He just blankly smiles at you.
Yeah. I think that's because
Captain's
as a
going on away
player,
missions. I don't like this.
as a player, I figured that he would probably try and considering, yeah.
Considering last time
Yeah,
Devana went
yeah,
to the
exactly.
party, Devana
exactly.
ended up in a
Yeah.
That's
car.
why I
That's-
think as we're consecutive, I'm pretty sure I was assuming Dagon was coming with.
Yeah, that's what I was also gonna
Okay.
say. Like, there is no way Dagon is not coming because
Yeah, no,
based
I
on
want Dagon to come too.
At which point you have one more person you can take
Ooh.
with you if you're
Wait,
taking
there's
a
a-
So did we?
and
So
Yeah.
we took Dagon and then they took Risk. Is that what we're saying?
I thought you said, oh, okay.
Oh wait,
There's a
are we
message in
assuming
chat
Celestine?
that says rice plants
Ethan?
technically breathe through a layer of gas. It works like gills for fish. The sprout could absolutely breathe underwater.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, that is
Sprout
what
just
water
has a
breathing doing,
bubble
Thank
formed
you.
around
I
his
think we
head.
should definitely take Dagon. I think
Yeah.
taking Rift
I
might
think
be a
taking
good
risk makes
idea.
sense.
Makes sense,
But-
yeah. So that Rift.
But we also have more clerics. Do we? Because I'm trying to think. Tristan's not a cleric, no? No, Tristan's a
Tristan's
bard.
a bard.
Tristan is a bard.
You
do
have
we
Will.
need-
Will. Will's a paladin. You know that.
Do we need someone
I-
with? Do we
I
know if Risk has
think-
sending?
We
No, I
keep
think Will should
Tristan
take
and
care of the
Will.
ship.
Why do we need sending?
If we
In
need a
case you need to
message.
communicate up and down
I
there.
have Nedra on my arm.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You do,
you're,
yeah, that's
you're
on your
right.
arm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think we should keep Will and Tristan up on the ship together so that they can communicate and build family, father son
Sure.
kind of conversation.
Sure.
Right?
I'm imagining Sapphire literally takes us all aside and says this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
bonding.
also
Well,
have
Devana
something
will
we do.
argue against taking Risk because he's a friend and will probably will be
Then-
hesitant again.
Then
We're all
Zakia.
our
But
friends.
also, we'll leave up to Risk. It's his choice if he wants to.
Yeah, but see, the
This
thing
was
is,
very much like, what do they
the-
think is useful? I mean,
the problem with leaving it up to choice is that they're NPCs and technically they don't have free will because it's either the DM or the players who will decide, right?
I know,
Wow,
but that's right, but
thanks,
on
Steve.
ice-
Sensible on it.
Yeah,
Wow.
on ice-
Get him.
on ice, like-
This was the problem that I
He's gonna
faced
say-
when. Go ahead.
I think UBC's gonna say to Devana, I feel like we need Riss. Riss knows the most about this. And
I
probably
mean-
will be able to identify things. And this is really important to Riss. He started writing that book.
But UVC, you know about gods. Devana knows about some gods. I know about some gods.
Not as much as Riss.
I will say that my knowledge of history is quite expansive. I study quite a lot, and as for identifying things, I do have magics that can help with that as well. But the choice is completely yours. I don't
I will say,
know.
yeah. If you're just asking what the NPCs want, most of them are kind of neutral to what you want to do. Specifically, I will say Eglith. I mean, Eglith has shown interest in going, obviously.
Yep.
Ziaka seems curious, but also feels a little uncomfortable being a giant half snake getting into a diving bell. But yeah, everyone beyond that is kind of.
This also makes sense from just a party compo perspective because, okay, we've got Eglith, who's a massive big hitter, which technically, we also have Barabbas, but that barely counts. And then we've got Dagon, who's like the versatile to a bunch of weird shit. So having the cleric is sensible.
We also have Zelstein.
Zelstein's a
Wait, what's
cleric, yeah.
Zelstein? Yes,
Celsius
Zelstein
is
as
also
well.
a cleric.
That's true. But again, then the
Oh, wait,
argument
we
is
have a
that
crocodile.
Celestine-
We have a crocodile
Have
in
Onslow.
Onslow. Why
We
not?
do.
Why don't we take the
Did
crocodile in the water?
Onslow came with us?
Yeah.
Everyone's a.
Yeah, he's been with us from.
Of course, he's been with us the whole
He's the
time.
gunner. He kind of just hangs out and fishes.
What do you mean?
Yeah! I forgot Onslow was there.
Okay, so
I remember
But I
because
think a
of the
healer
whole
is good,
episode.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think a healer is smart though. So
So
it would be
it's
either I
then-
think Risk or Zelstein.
If you're just asking about who all can heal, I will say
Ziaka.
Ziaka, Tristan, and Will. All three of
Yeah,
them
but
also have
we're
some.
not taking Ziaka and
Yeah, we're not
Tristan
taking
and
Ziaka.
Will.
We're gonna leave here.
Yeah, so it's probably
Because of Sapphire's genius suggestion. So it is literally this or Zelstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't take Will with you. He'll only take that personally that you think he's bad luck and don't want him with you. You know, it's fine.
Oh my god, yes! oh, I forgot. That's a good one.
No, we need Will to watch the ship since,
Well, but if something bad happens, okay, never mind.
Okay, so
There is that as well.
Was the
are we
Damn it, you
deciding Rifts or Zelstein, right? That's the
Yeah.
which one? Who?
I mean, Divana's personally hesitant because of risk because he's a good friend, but other than that, will not argue back if anyone.
Okay, no, Estrogen has a great idea. So where we might encounter some gods down, right? Just gods, Celestine. I mean, I know you know one god. Do you know more?
She just like kind of looks at you like, "What do you mean?"
Like, okay, let's do it. Let's put it this way: 30 seconds. Both of you name as many gods as you can. Whoever can name the most.
That's gonna be
comes with us.
decided. You don't even have to try.
You do know that both of them know most of the deities.
Whoever can do the most in 30 seconds wins.
If you ask Riz that, he starts just doing it, and Zelsin just sighs. Like she's letting him go off because she doesn't want to just
I'm sorry, Celestine. It looks like you're losing this one.
Didn't seem like I was competing, but whatever works for you, I suppose.
You're still an amazing cleric in my heart, and you're a valuable member of the team. Riz, you're coming with us.
Just like looks at you like, oh, okay. Like just confused.
Yubisi just literally does this. Like Yubisi is just like,
you see, she's just like, well, if anyone's hurt, let me know. And like she's like hangs out. She's fine.
She's like, where have I brought myself?
As it all makes sense in Estrogen's head. Believe me.
Of course, yeah.
You're just hearing the most cacophonous laughter of just being entertained in your head. Just
even Full Goblin thinks it's a great idea.
Before we go into the diving bell, BC's gonna approach Tristan and say, "Take care of my ship till I get back."
I believe it's the Navy ship, actually. Well, Gore's, technically.
Take care of Gore's ship.
Oh, that I will do.
And then he's going to kiss him.
Yeah. You
somewhere on the wind, you hear, "It's still my bloody ship," in Jasper's voice.
Actually, you basically, as you kind of like guess and like you turn away, give me an insight check.
Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Is there trouble in paradise?
That's not actually Tristan. It's a shapeshifter.
Oh, no. It goes over his head.
You accidentally kissed Will.
No!
That would be so. Oh my god.
You give a kiss, you smile at him, turn around, go towards the diving bell. And does everyone load up?
I
Keep
almost.
this thing going.
I am this close to wanting to do a check to see if I catch on to that, to like just grab your BC and be like, the fathers need to like. Can I see if I can clock something that's going?
I'm gonna say insight for disadvantage, because Sprout, you don't know how this shit works.
Yeah, no, Sprout is it's true. Sprout is really bad at this. Fuck. Okay. My lowest was a 12, and I have a +6 in insight. So I'm like, what you saying? I got a 18. I can math. Yes.
18.
Yes. Yes.
Nothing that stands out to you. Just it was a quick, brisk interaction. That's all you can see there. Like, Tristan seems distracted.
Quick question, Tal.
Yeah.
with my earlier role to identify the diving bell and such, like, do I know? Does it come like rigged with lights or a light source, or are we going to be going into the dark?
You actually see,
I-
looking at it, the underside of the diving bell has this kind of like arcanely enchanted crystal giving a faint glow already. So you do know there is light. But yeah.
I also have light bringers though.
It was more if
you-
anybody needed dark
Yeah,
vision,
yeah.
then I can cast
Yeah.
it. But
Ah,
Sure. You all load up, and as you do, Red looks at you all and goes, right, well, seems, Jen, was it you have them covered, but, just in case things get a little rough down there, and she kind of like reaches in, pulls out a spell scroll of water breathing for you as well, in case you are low on supplies and might need to re-up. Here you go. And like just hands it to you, Jen, because she's gathered you're a mage, like who like is visibly studied spell scroll wise. So like hands it to you and looks at everyone else like, all right, it's gonna go down for quite a while. When it finally stops moving, that's as far as it goes, then you're gonna have to find your own way further. That's at least the contraption they left me with. I'll see what I can do.
Huh.
All right.
We're gonna be treated.
Don't die. It'll be really awkward being on the ship and just waiting.
Yeah, if we're not back in 24 hours, go back, yeah?
no.
All right.
if we're not back in 24 hours, wait longer.
Okay, wait.
How waiting
I-
works.
If I have not sent a message to Netra in 24 hours, go back.
The man like no.
I'm
No,
getting a
that
lot
actually
of
makes
Go
sense.
back.
messages here.
Just be fine. Find a way to figure it out. We'll be fine.
We will live here until we don't. How does that sound?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
if
that's the
we
best
all
one.
die, avenge
Great.
us.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. I'm gonna quickly grab Onslow and just be like, things have been weird since it's been 6 months. I don't know, dude. Things have been weird. But if I make it out of this alive, maybe we can revisit what we talked about. I don't know. Is that something that you might be interested in?
Don't be a persuasion.
This is so funny. Let's try.
I don't know
Just
why you're doing
ignores
it.
a man for months, then like, oh, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
For 21.
I was the one you spent your birthday with. What?
Oof.
It's really It's
That is a 21, and a 21
He
on
just-
persuasion is pretty damn
He
good.
just looks at you a little like, now, I haven't heard pray tell word from you for the last couple of moons, but
Yeah, I owe you a conversation. Let's just start with a conversation and see where it leads us, yeah?
why not? A conversation.
Good talk. I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder and just leave.
And you see he's about to
Guys,
say
I'm 30
something
years
more,
old.
and you just turn around and start leaving, and he's like, oh, well, never mind. He just
Guys, I'm 30 years old.
I was gonna say happy birthday, right?
It's 12!
Hey!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
You did it!
I did it!
Oh, I thought you as estrogen was saying that. I was very confused for a second.
Yeah, same. I was like, wait, what?
It's so funny.
Did estrogen get younger?
This woman is 101 years
It
old.
took
That would be
It took
very
me a
funny.
good second to
Actually,
actually
more
realize what was happening.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's
We're
go.
watching Happy Birthday
So,
to Aziz.
there is a thing that that is happening.
Yeah. Mhm.
First, where is everybody? Can we we'll take a quick break from Dark Waters to
Yeah.
celebrate Cease's birthday.
The fuck,
I sent
guys?
everyone a message at like 2 a.m. yesterday, being like, "Hey, can you arrange for a cupcake so we can celebrate her birthday on
I
stream?"
could not get a
So
And-
cupcake, but
I'm
am
gonna
here.
sit here without the
I
cupcake.
I have baked these myself.
I'm with you.
Please.
Oh my god!
If I
Well,
was
I've already
told
I got a
done
muffin.
a
it.
few
But, you know.
hours sooner, I would have baked
So
one.
I
as
got-
well.
I got a mini cake.
Go.
What
don't
do
have- I
you
don't have any
mean?
chairs,
Just through the webcam.
Oh.
Just through the webcam.
Blow!
Blow.
Blow!
There you go.
Oh!
So silly.
Yay!
This is so silly.
That was really magical what you did there.
Happy birthday.
Raspberry chocolate.
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
I like how somehow we all got chocolate shit and like we're
I
not
love
that.
discussing.
I can't believe you guys.
Happy birthday.
It's the first birthday we've celebrated on
Yes.
stream.
On stream.
So yeah, it just made sense to do
That's
something.
true.
And like not just
Oh,
us as in the
Oh,
Dark
I
Waters
wish
crew,
you-
I mean like
I put way
at
too much
Pantsless
sugar in
tables.
these.
So
Really?
yeah,
At
the,
Pantsless tables.
the first Pantsless tables birthday on stream, yes. Like where
my
it hit
God.
midnight on stream. So
Oh my god.
Yeah, you're really special.
Hell yeah.
I know I have autism box. You don't need to keep bringing it up. It's an old bit.
No, I didn't
It's
mean
an old
like
bit. I'm
that.
done. I'm done with it.
that's a callback.
That's a callback. That is an
Me
epic
too,
callback.
but come on.
Wait, there is one more
Oh,
thing.
Yeah, you have
Uh,
another thing? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm just gonna watch you guys eat cupcakes.
Dude,
Same.
I was so like yesterday when you sent me the thing, I was going to send a cupcake to your home, but then I was like, how are we going to navigate the, because I will get the notification that I'll have to tell you, it'll ruin the surprise, and then all of that, and then I was like, fuck it, I'll figure it
And
out.
then I had to get off stream, go all the way
Yeah.
to the fucking
Gee, you
gate.
could have sent
Exactly.
one to me.
Dude, I thought of that also, but by the time I saw
Dan,
your
I will
message,
send
it was
you a
8 p.m.
No, you will
So-
not. You are
Here,
not
Dan,
allowed to.
take a bite. Take a bite through the screen. Here you go.
Glomp. Guys,
There we
guys,
go. Good job.
legally,
Yeah, you-
I don't
would
think
have
it's a
ended up
good
with
idea to
whatever
glomp on
house
screen.
average
At least if you're going to glomp on screen, get people to donate money to charity.
Okay.
I know much about the ways of the glomping.
Okay. Aziz, check your email
Happy
also.
birthday.
But yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
sure. I might as well, I guess.
It's like happy birthday. We're gonna.
This is the clock
Birthday.
until this
Here's
is how much
spam
you have
email.
left to live.
It is the birthday of my new backup character.
Talk about backup characters. Y'all inspired me. I made one up because I was so afraid of this adventure.
I also have a
As
backup
you should.
character made, and I need
Oh,
to
two
talk
now.
with Tan about it.
I am just gonna quit
it's
if
not
one of the
Sapphire
main
is.
ones.
That's it.
Okay, I'll look at my email later. Let's get back to the game.
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel awkward
Like-
now.
No, so I also had a thing that was for in game.
Oh,
oh,
All right. What happens in
As
game?
as you're all stepping into the diving bell, you have been hearing this laughter incessantly every time you've been doing something or saying something. He's been entertained. And you hear, he just goes, You really are entertaining.
I'm
I
glad.
hope you continue to entertain whence you go. And you feel this kind of chill run across you for a moment. You see some random eyes appear, blink randomly, and disappear on you. And you see appearing out of like just pure arcane energy into your hand a staff.
Stuff. Do I know what kind of stuff this is?
This is a +2 Rod of the Pack Keeper.
Holy shit.
Okay.
And it looks like this very much like this almost like gnarled, rot wooden stuff. But like you see the top of it, if you look at it long enough, like out of the nooks between like the splinters of wood, you see an eye blink at you every now and then. And another feature that this has is depending on which season you are feeling. Whenever you cast a spell or a cantrip that deals damage,
Yeah.
once per long rest, you can convert the damage type to the damage according to your season, which I'll tell you in a second, and add an additional 2d8 damage to that.
Holy shit.
For summer, obviously it is fire damage. For winter, it's cold.
Well,
Yeah.
once can be converted, can be added to D8 and converted. Right.
Yeah,
Just
summer is
book in
fire
Darkwater
damage.
session for everybody's birthdays, please.
I think maybe we.
Summer is fire, winter is cold, fall is necrotic, spring is radiant.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And whichever season you as your hand kind of grasps around it, you see the wood changes in timbre and color, and the shape of the leaves and the color of the leaves also kind of fits the color wreathed upon your head and going back into your hair.
that's really nice, Rupen. You're
It
You're
is
a
a
really
part
good
of
friend.
you. We are friends.
We are friends.
And
I just like call everyone like, guys, look what my friend got me. As I just have stuff out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that, you all head into the diving bell as it is cascaded over the side of the ship. As you see out, like there's like a little like portcullis like window on like either end of it. So there's two of them, and you see like out of it, you see Red looking down at the chains and casting a spell, and you see like there's this big like kind of pulley like contraption set up there with like gears and like a lever, and like she's like uses a mage hand to turn it and starts casting a spell. You see some of your other companions looking like they just like wave at you. You see the one like Nedra catches your eye for a second, and she just does this to you.
Oh no.
And
Ivana just sort of like gives a smile.
And you have Risf, Eglith, and Dagon with you, yes?
Yes.
You see Risf is just very excitedly looking down already to where you're going. Dagon's kind of just, for the most part, you actually see he isn't looking outside. He doesn't seem too perturbed by what's happening. He just is keeping an eye on Caster. And
yeah, I would actually
Eglith,
also like to do an insight on him, considering what was been told before.
What are you trying to insight?
I'm trying to see if he seems nervous or anxious or in any way kind of, because he came at Ushikut because was very confident, kind of.
Yeah.
And I want to see if he's worried about stuff, or is he if he's like
for sure. What an insight.
Okay, that is 30-20 actually.
Doesn't seem anxious. In fact, like you've already clocked like that kind of air he tries to keep around him. You see, he has like just doubled down on that. He is very much just like slightly appearing bored, but also like a little too already done with it. Like just very proudly just sitting there waiting, and he doesn't seem to mind anything at the moment. Eglith is giddy, just like it's moving on its own.
As we descend further, could I do an insight check on Sprout just to see how they are looking like they're coping with being the sun getting
That's
smaller and
medicine check.
smaller and a medicine check.
Yeah.
I mean, more just how their mood is with the sun being further away and plunging deeper.
Oh,
rather
okay.
than
In that case,
looking
insight.
Oh.
Yeah. In that case, insight. Unless they're not hiding it, then you don't need to roll.
I don't think that Sprout is hiding the fact that
Yeah.
they hate the dark. It's not something that they
Mhm.
like. Like when there's light, they're kind of looking around like ooh and ah, and then as it gets darker, their mood kind of sours as well. They never liked the
Yeah.
dark.
For sure. For sure.
Jen is going to whisper kind of into themselves and just be like, I think our Leshy friend is feeling a little uncomfortable. Why don't you go keep her company? And
Share very
I'll
lightly.
kind of
just,
shake out my sleeve and let
Yeah.
Ribbit.
You say a very light, like, aye. And you see Sprout just kind of like drops onto your head. And then you're like, wait, what's on my head? Like jumps up front and like you kind of catch it in your hands and you see the same like little frog looks up and goes, "Huh? Huh?"
Yeah,
Wait, is
Sprout
it a
is
real
going
frog or a
to
mechanical one?
It's a mechanical one.
Sprout is
like-
going to happily
Yeah,
pick up
those
the
sounds
frog,
are like the gears whirring as it turns its head.
Ribbit! Where did
I
you
love
come
you.
from?
And
Yeah, PC, look, this is the frog I was talking about earlier. It's the
Oh.
thing. It's made out of the shiny metal and everything, and it's like all.
Really cute.
I know,
Dendar, did
right?
you make that?
River?
Did you make that?
No. Ribbit's a friend. I summon them once in a
I
while.
summon a friend sometimes too. That's how I got this stuff.
Oh,
But your
okay.
friend is
Quite
kind
a
of scary.
powerful friend. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
powerful and scary. But
You
fortunately,
must tell me all about them at some point.
I would love to. And there's just a glimmer in Heston's eye, like someone wants to know.
Yeah. I think that Sprout is gonna sit on the floor to play with Rivet.
And again, you just hear the like loud chains ka-thong, and just as slowly the descent continues, and there's a bit of like a rumble and shake with like a as you breach the surface of the water, and as you begin to go down, just like a distant rumble of the water just splashing against you, just like a as you like break past different currents, and you keep on going down and down and down for hours. You are like this, and while you're kind of sitting there and it's going down, you see Dagon kind of turns to Duana and just goes, "How are you faring?"
Like Sarah's Divine just more sat almost in the same spot and trying to occupy themselves with literally anything else. So when he says they go like, oh, I don't like any of this.
And you hear telepathically, he just goes, "Oh, I mean, I'm sitting this close to that noble piece of shit, Asima. I mean, I assure you, I'm not enjoying a single moment of this either. Well, except a few." And he kind of gives you a smile. And
Smooth.
you see, you see, he just continues and goes, "Oh, whatever we're in for, not the worst we've been in, won't be the worst we get into later. And, well, looking at everyone here, I think everyone's used to keeping each other alive at this point. Worst case, I mean, take a few hits, maybe lose that noble along the way, and then we're out."
It's not the worst case scenario in my head, but I'll appreciate the optimism.
Ah, given how much you've started brooding ever since that ritual took hold, a little bit of optimism doesn't hurt?
I mean, I'm trying.
Oh, I
It's just-
know.
I just want to get this over with, and then
Now, question: would Divana have told Dagon by now about the sending?
oh yeah, absolutely. Would have told pretty early on.
In that case, yeah, he does continue and just say, "It's still occupied with that little chat you had."
Among other things. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know where to border. I'm assuming up north. But that's
Well,
a
if you're
long
thinking
border.
about the current border, it would either be Dainsbridge or Lionsgate.
Still pretty far apart.
They're far apart, but they are both the entrances to the other side. Regardless, if that is what is part of what's taking you, can send out a few feelers. Maybe try to get a bit of a idea. If you could hit me with a description, perhaps.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how accurate it is. It's.
It'll be a good start.
Oh, you fuck! I just.
What
closed
is
my
everyone
document.
laughing at, huh?
Wait, let me. I had it open before. Like, let me quickly check. Because I did have it.
No, I couldn't read it. Come back.
What? I'll just say like I
yeah.
cannot find it right now. I'll just Divine just starts describing her.
Yeah.
Most I think the most part is from what Divine remembers that their mother is obviously like an orc, very kind of tall. I think like the same kind of what's it called, like body size kind of that Divine has, but like much more muscular and like really kind of like tough looking. But that's obviously like years ago.
Yeah, it's
So-
been a while. But you give that, and he guys just goes, "Well, given all this isn't the worst place to start looking. Once we get back to land, I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Besides," and he kind of like looks out the window for a second at the like just ocean, like some fish in the distance here or there, just like, last time I was this far underwater, I mean, I'm a chick, so not entirely looking forward to this myself.
Yeah, I think
Underwater
Divana,
ruins tend to have a inclination of having something horrible like this fucker.
yeah, I want to also do an insider check on him to see, considering he's in a close space with someone like Caster, and obviously also for that reason as well.
Give me an insight, yeah, for sure.
It's not great. It's a 14. My passive is 15. I don't know if that helps, but
Again, like, you've gotten kind of good at reading him to a certain degree, mostly because he also stays a little unguarded around you. But you do
Yeah.
see right now, because you're around other people, he still has like a little bit of the
Yeah.
vibe happening. But on the 14, you do gather he is not making that a very much a hidden thing from you at the very least, or from the party even, which is just like, yeah, no, he's just giving the dirtiest fucking looks to Castor whenever he isn't looking at him. And
yeah.
about the other thing, it's hard to tell. He said what he said, but that's as much as he doesn't look nervous or he's not fidgeting or anything.
No. I think regardless, Havana will take Dagon's hand and will go, don't let him get to you too much.
Oh, no. The plan is that I get to him eventually.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I mean.
How big is this thing? Can we like walk around, or like are they talking and
no.
we can all hear them?
It's like it's very like small and clustered. But most of this is
It's
either
an
Dagon.
elevator.
Yeah, it's like an elevator, but like it's mostly Dagon's been doing most of this telepathically via message. This conversation.
Oh, okay, fair.
But
Let them have their private moments.
which
Jesus.
also with the like rumble of the ocean around you, it is enough that you can kind of like just with your own body kind of create a bit of a private space between you and like someone you're sitting next to talk to them without like everyone clearly hearing what's happening. But after a few hours,
Really quick. Sorry again.
Yeah.
Before we go down, Sapphire's gonna send a message up to be like, "Hey, Dad, going down into the ocean, into the deep down, dark deep down. I don't know if there's gonna be a bit shit down there. I don't know if you can hear, if you'll be able to sense me down there or not. So just letting you know, don't get worried. I'll be back soon." Just doing what they promised because,
Just a faint warmth shines over your divine symbol.
Okay,
You don't
he doesn't
hand him,
hate me.
you just
That's great. Okay.
You're telling me that Sprout has to stay entertained for hours?
Yes,
Fuck,
you
y'all
have the
fucked up.
frog.
Yeah, apart from
frog.
the frog, I feel like at some point Sprout is gonna get up
Yeah.
and kind of go to people and kind of be like, "Hi, what you're doing? Okay, bye. Hi, I'm bored."
I will also say, Sapphire, when the divine symbol kind of goes wrong, you kind of feel like almost like a clawed hand, kind of like, very gently clenched onto like your shoulder and your collar for a moment. And in Draconic, you just hear 2 words: be safe.
Oh. He does care.
I keep trying to figure out what gave you the idea that he doesn't. But
No, it's
Exactly.
me
He's
just
constantly
projecting.
showed that
I
he
am aware.
cares.
I am aware.
It is
I don't
mostly his
know.
projection, and most of it is
Yeah.
just trauma.
And again, just the
Oh, since we have R's down here, right? I
Yeah.
wanted to. Sorry,
Mhm.
just one more thing.
yeah, go for it.
We're gonna. I'm sitting next to Estrogen for this, right? Okay, it's fine, whatever. And I'm just gonna reach into my pocket. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, listen, make eye contacts with Barabbas, and just nod, and just be like, listen, I got a thing. Don't make a big deal of it. This is just you're one of my closest friends, and I want you to be safe, especially with how difficult this has been. So I'm gonna reach into my pocket and give her the ring of evasion.
Estrogen's gonna start
This is
like
not a
2
proposal,
tears like
okay?
coming down her ears.
You see, Barabbas sees what's happening at you nodding, and
I'm
kind
one
of
of your
he just gives
closest
a
friends.
respectful nod.
Well, I mean, yeah, like we've
I'm one of
literally
your closest friends.
we've been through death together multiple times. So, like, I think that kind of bonds people, right? Whether that's a
yeah,
trauma
I'll
bond or
marry
not,
you.
I don't. Oh, okay.
I don't know much about that sex thing you seem to really like, but I'll marry you.
Shit.
Oh my god!
Take
Oh.
inspiration. Take inspiration.
I already have 2, sir. How many more can I take?
And don't take it.
Another.
I add 3 to my fucking inspiration stack that I never end up using.
We might need it later. Take it.
Oh. All right.
Is
As
Sprout
you-
close enough to hear this, by the way? Like the fact that
I think
Estrogen says,
everyone
"Yes, I'll marry
hears
you."
Estrogen cry.
Okay, so
Estrogen.
Sprout is gonna turn to Yabisi and go, "What? What's marriage? Mary."
Hold on. I'll explain that in a moment. Estrogen.
What?
They're just giving you a gift.
No, too late. We're
It's
married
not
now. It's
proposing.
no. We're married now. It's fine.
We
I
are?
don't think that's how that works.
No, Estrogen,
Just
that's
had
not
a
how it works.
conversation with Onslow,
I
by
was
the way.
gonna say, I was thinking that.
Hey.
Onslow on the ship, just standing there like fishing.
Above table. Above table, as a hardcore relationship anarchist and non-monogamist, I support this.
Oh, for sure. But
That's fine.
maybe
Yabisi
have the
is the-
conversation first.
No, communication
Yabisi-
is important. Let's not pretend it's not.
Yabisi's like, no. No secrets. Communication is important.
No, but I mean that was not Sapphire's intention. But now
Yeah.
they're like, fuck it, it's a bit for Sapphire. They're not sure this is a bit or not. So they're like, okay, yes.
Yeah, it's
We
married
have
as
to-
a bit is the most Steve thing to do.
So we have to hold off our
Yeah.
marriage until you've talked to the,
Hey,
I think, like 7
Couple more
people
hands
who
go,
you
couple
have,
more hands
Yeah.
go when you start counting.
like just like extra fingers is like the 17 people that you've shown interest in, just so that they're clear on where you're at?
Yes.
Y'all are a really close party, right?
Look,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Starting to pick up on that too.
y'all, as now the religious voice of the group, because some people are retired. I know.
You just see,
I am so
Lord
sorry.
Shabana.
you see Rist in the corner. Just
Yeah, I did too, as well.
It is very important that we have clarity about sacred institutions like marriage. And I don't want there to be misunderstandings. We have so much life and death stuff that we're dealing with.
You know
You
what, UBC,
see-
you're right.
yeah, go on.
Sapphire, I can't marry you. We might die.
No, but think about the revenge arc, though. If one of us dies, we spend the rest of our lives trying to.
Babe, think of the revenge arc.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Think of the plot.
What are we
Okay,
doing
Sapphire,
here?
as a bard
This is
and
happening.
follower of Pan, that is not fair.
I don't get it. What does Mary mean?
You know I love drama. And you know I love a good revenge arc.
So something Eglet kind of leans over to Jed and just like whispers and asks, I mean, if it's a misunderstanding, that means she isn't married, right?
Yes, I think I think that is a question.
I have never broken a cease like this. I love it.
I hate
That
you.
is a question that requires a much more considered answer than
Deep thoughts with Eglet.
perhaps ask Mr. Castor.
I still don't get it. What does
Yes,
Mary
yes,
mean?
yes.
Oh, marriage
Thank
is-
you.
it's
You
like
got what I
marriage.
mean, but you are deep underwater. Anyway.
Can I, at some point, go up to Jen? Because I don't think they're gonna actually properly introduce themselves at any point.
Go for it.
I
Yeah.
think in the background of that, there's Yabisi like talking. Like the camera is like on Jen and Devana because I want to spotlight you guys. But I would like just to note that Yabisi is going to be like, well, marriage is when
Just like the
people
talk
make
in
a
the
promise
background.
to each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
Stay
Not in the
together.
background, like, why do
And
people
ain't
do
no
this?
So, please continue. I just don't.
Yeah, no, I'm like
I
in the
just
background,
want.
like, increasingly Sprout losing it. As BC explained. Yeah, I think at one point I will come sit next to Gender and we'll go like, hey, sorry, I not really talked much.
It's okay. It's been fairly busy since we were introduced. Lots going on, and apparently there's a whole dynamic in this party that I'm going to take a little while to integrate with, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, some people, I mean, are, yeah. If it makes any clear, at least like me and Dagon, and then you've got BC interested, and then Sapphire and others.
Sapphire and friends.
And others. But it's just like, sorry, your name is Jen, right? Jen? Would you prefer?
Gender, Jen is more relatable, I find. Gender, especially when I have to spell it, it's an acronym more than a name. So
I see.
yeah.
And that was your pet? It's really cute, by the way.
Pet is. Thank you. Yeah, pet. Pet is probably the wrong word. Rivet is a familiar.
Oh, right. Yes. Sorry. I apologize.
No, not at all. We're bonded in a way beyond that of a pet and a master, I guess you would say. There are. I guess you would say Rivet is a part of me now.
Oh, it's nice. Do I look over at Rivet and just sort of like a wave smile or whatever? Yeah.
I feel like
bad.
under Sprout's like arm, like Sprout is with one arm with Rivet and the other.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's it's nice.
It's interesting. I can. How to explain this? There are times if I need to, I can see through Rivet's eyes and hear through their ears, but that involves a lot of help because I lose my own senses. Then my consciousness almost goes into their being. It's very complicated.
I mean, if that happens and you need help, I can be your eyes.
Thank you. Having someone to rely on for that would be most useful.
Yeah.
So yes, if I
see in the dark, so
I will give you a heads up, of course, but usually just a hand on a shoulder and a little bit of guidance.
Yeah.
And understanding that if I'm there, I won't be able to respond to you myself. That kind of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's not.
But we can come up with some system of taps or something. I'm sure.
I mean, I hope that
greater minds than mine have had these relationships.
I have tried similar in the past.
What about you?
Yeah.
You have a wolf, did I see?
Jen, as you're asking this question, just roll me a flat D20.
Erased to what question?
20 coming up.
Like, oh, you have a pet as well, right? Like,
yeah.
That is a natural one.
Oh no.
So you're talking and you explain Rivet and everything. You then go to ask this question. Then you look at this Warforge looking at you, and the kind of glowing eyes kind of shimmer and blink for a second, and they go dim and turn off. And for a moment, you just see almost instead of the regular color that the eyes would be projecting out, for a second you see almost like a whitish glow for a second, then it disappears as well. Almost like, if something's trying to reboot and it kind of makes light, turns off, flickers for a second. It does that at which point, Jen, you were looking at Divana in this situation for a moment while just talking. The backdrop suddenly looks slightly different. Like where the window was there on the back of the diving bell, it's instead this glass panel right close to your face. And on the other end, instead of Divana, for a moment, flickers a different face. You don't recognize this face, but it is white as snow skin, essentially. Pallid, plain white. But rather than pallid, I guess it'd be more just shiny. And jet white hair kind of streaming down back into a half pony. And these kind of bluish silver arcane markings across their eyes. And they just place a hand on this panel you're on, very sadly smile, and just go, I hope we meet soon, friend. And you continue talking, and you see suddenly like the eyes just turns back on and continues the same breadth of conversation. Essentially, like there's no interruption in the sentence that was being spoken.
No, I think when we'll just like answer the question, be like, "Yeah, that's nurses. Are you okay? You're right. I said something. I don't want to be rude. I just noticed."
Do I recall this, Tan, or
Yeah, so you kind of finish saying the thing, and you hear the one respond, and then for a moment your mind flickers back, and you're like, "Wait, what was that? Hold on." It was such a snap thing for you, like instantaneous, that you didn't register what you saw until after you finished talking. Even like, wait, what was
and
that? Oh
is
yeah,
it something that I've had before that I recognise has happened before?
it's hard to tell. That person looked like a stranger, but weirdly familiar. Like, just the way they were looking at you felt almost familiar to you, and you don't know.
But more the kind of the blackout sensation, the lost
That-
time sensation. Has this happened before?
See, that's the thing. Like, if Divana hadn't said anything, you probably wouldn't have noticed. So
wouldn't
you
have
don't know.
Okay.
You've mostly been traveling alone.
Yeah, I'm fine. I probably fine.
Okay.
Context. I've not been around long, yet I have. Here's some backstory. So I woke up about, I'd say, 6 months time. Do you think reasonable sort of 6 months to a year, maybe?
About that, yeah.
Yeah. So sometime in the last year. And prior to that, I was fighting in the Onrush. Powered down, don't know what happened, was injured. Somehow something sparked my circuitry back to life. And here I am. So I don't know whether this is a reaction to that, but yes, I phased out for a little is probably the only way I can put it.
Right.
I probably need to find somebody who knows what it could be. Yeah, nothing to worry about though. I'm still me. I'm still here. I feel in control.
Well,
So that's good.
That is good. I mean, we've got Erebus is from also for Onrush, and then there's people here who are old enough to remember it. So
Barabbas.
we'll
Just kinda-
gesture at.
yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of catches that word of the conversation, kind of like looks over at you and just kind of looks you up and down, like just kind of gives you like a nod and asks, like, yeah.
The name you. Do I remember Barabbas? Do I and like talking to himself, but also
Yeah.
like do I remember Barabbas?
Say that you just see he goes, I mean, you were probably sent there, I guess, by Genesis, right?
Yes, we were assisting on the front line, holding back the abyss from.
I remember seeing
City.
quite a few of you that day. I didn't think any survived, honestly.
I don't think I did.
The lieutenant might have a better idea, but I know he has a couple of. Well, the admirals found them, and then the lieutenant also helped them, but he's got a couple of engineers and whatnot working on reviving some old tech to assist with all of the abyssal stuff. I don't know, man. He's been talking about it, but not really
Yes,
my
yeah,
area of
that would
expertise.
track. And just trying to recall whether we met before, but I don't
We
know.
might have,
Never
but
mind.
unfortunately, in the middle of a
Maybe we'll
battle,
come
I
to
saw
you.
many faces.
I saw many faces that I'll never see again.
You see there, like, Brabus also kind of, in almost solidarity and, like, relatability, kind of also just lowers his head, like, yeah. The war tends to do that. And
here we go again.
As the lieutenant likes to say, never really stopped. And then again. And you are not moving further. You feel a tautness kind of hit the chain. And you all see, looking outside of the window, a distant glow. And a few bits of cracked rock and whatnot coming out of like the ocean floor itself. And you see this enormous shimmering dome with like this almost translucent arcane energy. And a part of it is kind of like semi-breached. You see one of these like rock formations kind of like, intersected with the outside of the dome and the inside, but in a way that it seems to not be flooding the inside of this dome. You see that does not appear to have water in it, and it is massive. You see what remains of these beautifully constructed architecture. You don't fully recognize ancient spiraling structures, some broken down, with these cascades of bridges all across these different towers and buildings, and this very vertically built, what you see, kingdom. You see just these bridges upon bridges going across different heights and levels and floors, and then on what would be like the lowest level, like a proper sprawling ruin of an enormous metropolis, or what it would have been. And parts of it are just broken and breaking. Some look a little more better off, but age seems to have taken quite the toll on all of these decrepit structures. You see, just from there, past a couple of buildings, there's like different openings. There's these like ginormous structures coming out from the lowest level, with like distant statues. You can't make out what they are from this distance. It's quite far still. You see what appears to be a open ground and a full like cobbled street with a paved road, kind of like making its way out from that opened area into the rest of the city proper. You see some of these spire structures have like these symbols attached on it that are tattered and kind of broken. Same symbols that seem to match the heraldry that Meraloon had shown you from the map. And above all, one large theme across all of the taller structures is either the depiction of the morning sun, of fire, of what appears to be many different deities. And you even notice within this dome, across all these ruins, there's another smaller dome within it of a very similar energy as the one outside. A second barrier that seems to be around, like, just you can't tell from here, it just looks like greenery at best. But like just a second dome around that. And you see everyone kind of gets up to like peer out of the window as you witness the unwitnessed kingdom. And you see right beneath you, from where basically your diving bell has like a 2-tier thing for like water pressure, essentially, to like leave it without getting crushed. And you see right beneath it is like a water channel, like a torrent of water that's kind of swirling around and going down into some of these cave-like hole formations in this rock. That seems to go into this rock formation that connects into the inside of the dome. And I think in that moment, everyone realizes what you have to do, which is let these ocean currents kind of take you further in, as your diving bell will not go any further. And knowing what you must do and seeing the enormity of what awaits you, we're going to end the session there.
Hey, I don't like this. For so many
Atlantis
reasons.
Arc, let's go.
I'm
What
scared.
did my boss get me into?
I'm scared as well.
But yes, we'll end our session there. Next time we shall truly get to witness the unwitnessed. And until then, I have been your Dungeon Master, Tanfighter. You can find me at Tanfighter Blue Sky, Tanfighter117 on Instagram. I do actual play stuff like this, and I do voices. Some people like them, some people don't. Sometimes I just croak like a frog. And fun times happen, so if you need any of that stuff done, you know where to hit me up. And as always, we have been joined by our lovely adventurers who can go off one by one, tell us what they are up to and all that. So we will start with Sprout.
Oh, I'm going first. Oh, oh, hi. I'm Ricecakes. Today I played Sprout. And if you want to check out cool art that I've done, you can find me at the original res on either like Sorry, something got stuck in my throat over there. Twitter, Jesus. You can also find me on Blue Sky and on Threads with the same name. Posted all my art over there. What else? I'm trying to get my VGen soon unlocked, so that maybe I can take up commissions from time to time whenever university money seems to kind of dry out. I gotta eat. I'm sorry. What else do I have going on? You can find me at the Adventures League on Tuesdays. That's the day. Yes. On Tuesday, playing in Kids on Brooms campaign. And if you want to check that out, what else? I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I have going on. That's it.
It works. It works.
Pass it
Next
on to
up,
whoever will take it. Woo!
Nirvana.
Oh, hi. Hi, I'm Anna O'Reilly, whichever you prefer. I use they them pronouns, and I'm definitely human. You can find me anywhere at Peculiar Planets. I'm on pretty much every social media. You can also find my website, peculiarplanets.com, if you want to see what I do. I write comics, I write tabletop stuff, I do sensitivity reading and actual plays. I am in another actual play podcast called Twilight's Edge over at Tumble True, where I play in a Pathfinder 2nd edition campaign, and I play a very different character. episodes of that drop every Tuesday on your favorite platforms. Also, we have on Pantsless obviously an announcement for the Pride event, where you can sign up as player, and I'm DMing on stream for the first time. So do sign up, not just for my game, but everyone's games. There's so many choices. That's it. I'm so glad we got to play again. So many notes already, so many theories.
And that did fully remind me, yes, we have multiple people here running games for that Pride event that I forgot to plug because I am bad at it. But yes, many people here will be doing that, including myself. But we will pass it on next to Estrogen.
That's Mrs. Stonewall to you.
Oh
Um,
my god.
Good
God.
Understanding, yes.
Hi, I am the newly 30-year-old deceased. My pronouns are she, her. You can find me at Lesbianing on all social medias, where I will hopefully post more updates about stuff I am doing. And you can, but most definitely alternate Sundays also here at Pantsless. We're playing Paint the Town Red. I'm playing a vampire who's, in love with the moon. It's great.
Classic stuff. We love it. Totally not a werewolf. Next up, we will go with your BC.
Yes, I have been playing UBC, everybody's favorite party paladin. I am also known as Okami, or Hector at kheokami.itch.io over on Blue Sky, or just on itch.io. I am a game designer and actual play performer. Check out my games on my itch page, and also check out my channel, House of Dreams, where not this upcoming Sunday, but next Sunday, we're going to be having the finale of our third chapter of A Season's Oaths, a Wanderhome journey, our ongoing Wanderhome charity series that we have been running since February. I'm announcing here and now, for the first time on stream, anywhere, that we are going to be doing chapter 4 for Pride Month. We are teaming up with our with some other channels. We're doing cross promo. Specifically, we're gonna be teaming up with Pocket Dragon Pub, and we're going to be teaming up to raise money for Rainbow Railroad. So we're gonna do another season of A Season's Oath on Sundays in June for Pride Month, while Pocket Dragon Pub is going to be doing a series of Pride-themed one-shots also on Sundays, either earlier in the morning before we stream or later in the evening after we stream, all revving up so that we can both of our channels can lend support here to the amazing Pantsless Tables, which is going to be doing their Pride stream event at the end of the month. And I will also be running another A Season's Oath interlude. So you can get a little bit more Wanderhome here on Pantsless Tables on the last Sunday. And yeah, that's what we got going on. Oh, also keep an eye out because the amazing Aziz and another cast of a whole bunch of people, hopefully later this month or in June, we're going to be dropping the Rose Court Project, Arc 1. I know it's been a year in the making, but we are finally dropping the content. And with that, I'm going to kick it back to the amazing Tan Fighter.
Yeah. Next up, we have the amazing, not Jasper, but Gender.
Thank you. Here goes my longest outro ever. So, I am Mike. I have been playing Genesis Engineering Non-Domestic Advanced Arcana Robot, or Gender, or Gen for short. You can find me on Blue Sky at Run Like Craig, or Instagram at Run Like Craig 1979 because I'm old. You will also soon be able to find me in not one but 2 D&D pre-record APs, one of which will be with the wonderful Anna that we've got in the pipeline. We're just creating characters as you speak. As I speak. You're not speaking.
You don't know that.
I'll also be in a Candela Obscura one-shot AP pre-record as soon as we find a scheduling date for that. And I will be DMing at Pantsless Pride. I will be DMing a game of the Discworld Modifius TTRPG, kind of based on the light rules and a little bit of homebrew, and some funky stuff going on with that, and a very, very special guest at the table who we will announce when we announce the full casting. So it's going to hold on to it till then. No spoilers, no sneak beats, unless you follow questing time, in which you've already had a bit of an Easter egg, but no more than that. There we go. That's me. I'm done. I could waffle on for about another 20 minutes, but, you know, got to throw some time over to other people.
Next up, thank you so much for joining us, our guest, playing Merloon.
Oh shit, I haven't finished writing on my script. I'm Boxerwall, or Myrna, some sort of creature. You can find me on Blue Sky and Twitch. I stream occasionally and show up on a number of streams, including primarily Tales of Fate 2 on Pantsless Tables, which is where we are now. I'm mostly just a mod in a lot of people's chats, so I just pop up every once in a while. That's me.
Yeah, no, I will say though, thank you so much for joining us for this arc, which totally will not traumatize your character.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Merloon's not.
Hell yeah. Regardless, it is great to have you for this. And last but not least, our host with the most, something, Sapphire Stonewall. Congratulations on your recent marriage.
Yeah, I'm a spouse now, I guess. That's a thing.
Spouse fire?
Yeah, spouse fire. That sounds good. Mrs. Estrogen, Mr. Estrogen. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Hi.
That's not my surname.
No, I know, but you don't have a last name, so then we take the first name, right? So it's like you know, Mrs. Lord or Mrs. Cher or Mrs. Rihanna, right? So like there's no Mr. Anyway, yeah. Hi.
I mean, Phil Gobin is your in-law now.
Gobin would be
shit, yeah. Full Gob is my father-in-law. Holy shit. Or like friend-in-law.
No, my dad.
I don't know, something.
What has happened today?
I don't know, but yeah. Hi, I'm Steve, also known as Sassy Pants. I run Pantsless Tables and other related things. There's a bunch of really cool stuff happening in the pipeline. There is an unannounced show that I cannot talk about just yet, even though most people here are part of the support team and they know what's happening, but it's still going to stay in the shadows for now. A new episode of Pay-Per-View drops either Tuesday or Wednesday, because there's a new wrestling show this Saturday. I'm gonna watch it
Backlash, right?
Sunday morning. Yes. John Cena fights Randy Orton, but with roles reversed. I can't wait to see him slap the referee to win by cheating, because that's how they're going to do it. Because that's hilarious. Anyway, Pantsless Tables merch is coming soon. I'm hoping to drop it at the same time, around the same time we do the big charity event. Hopefully, it'll be done by then. If not, I will yell at my accountant and I will. I don't know. Can't make too many threats on stream, but I will do things. What else? Pantsless Pride is a thing. 2025 year 3, back to back, baby. We have 13 DMs, 52 hours gay. We have producers who are going to help out. We have mods. We have
30 DMs, 52 hours gay.
Yeah, no, I
Just
meant,
like
no. It's like
What do you need? Like,
instead of 52 hours straight, it is 52 hours gay. That's what I mean.
Oh,
That's what
hours
it is.
themselves are gay.
Yeah, that's what I. Yeah, but yeah. So. We have a whole team who's going to help out, so I don't have to stay awake for 40 of those 48 hours like I did last time.
Yes.
Bunch of people who are producing and doing other things. We're going to be tying up with other channels. Ad-wise, I'm actually doing this professionally, where people are going to pay us to run ads about them on the stream, but the money that we make is not going to come to us, it's going to go to the charity because it's for charity, right? But like, this is going to be a stepping stone to hopefully bigger things with Pantsless tables that I cannot wait to do, like sponsorships and other chaos, and hopefully we get to kick some ass and take some names, but mostly
Hell yeah.
take some ass. But no, that was not the point.
God.
I fucking hell. I am also working on a 4-episode miniseries that I'm going to be DMing. My first time DMing something more than a one-shot on this channel. It is an inevitable crossover with Dragon Ball Z, featuring the last week of Planet Vegeta before it gets destroyed.
Let's fucking go!
Let's go.
Yeah. So
I have dibs, Steve. I will kill you.
Yeah, no, you are already in. Like, you don't even have to apply. so because I know how much you love Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, that's basically all of the stuff for now. If you want to watch me be unfiltered, more unfiltered than I am on here, come check me out on Sassy Pants. That's where I play games like Assassin's Creed, and Timberborn is back this Sunday, and we're also going to be playing some more stuff. And also, the Steve Say Shit Show is making a comeback. Hopefully, the first episode is going to be first week July. So we have some time for it, but it's going to be like a breakdown of what we did for the big Pride event and how what happens next. Just like we did last time, where we had a special guest who was me. So that's basically what we're going to do for this as well. Anyway, that's all from me. This was great. I had so much fun. Dark Waters is back, baby. And
yes.
yeah, we'll see you next session is what, Monday?
Next session?
No, next Monday, right? To the 20th?
Wait, when
No.
is it? Hold on.
No, wait.
Hold
No,
on.
it's later.
Oh,
It's the 26th,
no.
I think.
The 26th, yes, because I'm not here next week. Yeah, 2 weeks from now I'm not here. So 26th. We'll be back in 2 weeks. It is 2 weeks and change.
26. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Fine.
Oh,
Plans upon plan.
plans upon plans. We shall see you all next time on Dark Waters. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey.
Ah.
Shit, I'm supposed to end.